Okay, it should be. Yeah, okay. Wait. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why I thought it wasn't picking up what it needed to. We can skip this song, honestly. A little bit better, but yeah, we'll take it. Anyway, how's it going? I am Stoma Stellars, the Manapod of Starlight and Wanderer of the Cosmos, and today we're going to be continuing this Miku drawing that I meant to redraw. Um, I I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gotta. I gotta accept the eyes. I gotta accept the eyes for what they are. This is just honestly. This isn't even the final line art, so I don't know why I'm making such a big deal out of it. It's just I gotta come to terms with it. I gotta come to terms with this being what it is. And honestly, this might be the way to go about it. I don't see any other way of going about this. Also, I'm opening up the reference sheet that I had earlier. But yeah, today I'm just gonna be doing this and probably playing Marvel Rivals later. By probably, I mean yeah, that's probably where a good chunk of time of this is going to go. Also, I realize for a lot of the time for these art streams, I don't really say a lot. So I figured in the meantime, we're gonna put a little. I normally have music playing, but I figured that probably won't be super entertaining. So in the meantime, I'm also gonna be putting a summoning salt video in the top right here, just to kind of keep everyone entertained. Sort of roll in the CRT until I can, provide some actual commentary. So yeah, let's get to it. Gonna be honest, I didn't realize Simpsons Hit and Run had such a deep history to it. Well, props to them. Props to them, I guess. Oh, I can skip this. I'm pretty sure, right? I can skip this part of the. Wait, we're not. We're not. Fucking shit. If I come to your place and you got a display, I'm disowning you. I'm disowning you, straight up. Also, this is a little awkward, but there is a bit of an ad break coming up, so I'm gonna give you the heads up now. It's coming up in like 15 seconds. Um, I probably won't get too in depth on this. Wait, what do you mean it doesn't have? First of all, mind your fucking. First of all, mind yourself, Lexi. Secondly, give me a second. I forgot the fucking. The YouTube video needs separate audio. Where's the fucking? Here it is. It was this one. There it is.
Run out of time. You also need to avoid hit and runs. If you run into too many objects or pedestrians, the police come after you, potentially slowing you down and taking some of your
Alright, there we go.
coins.
That should.
Speaking of,
Let's just start
that
playing
was
the
second main problem. Coins.
the what's it called? The fucking the speed run video.
Of them to unlock everything needed to beat the game. They're scattered all across the levels in boxes, machines, wasps, and other places. You have to go out of your way to collect enough of them, severely slowing down a speedrun. So, reasons The Simpsons Hit and Run is a bad speed game. There are too many coins, the game is too hard, and the game is too easy. Yeah, if you fail a mission 7 times, Hit and Run gives you the option to skip it and move on to the next one. So, for 3/4 of the game's missions, it's faster to just restart over and over and skip the mission, rather than actually playing it. That would make an any percent speedrun quite easy, and exceedingly boring. Because of all this, speedrunners ignored Simpsons Hit and Run for years. New forum threads would pop up and fizzle out without much attention. But speedrunning kept growing over the years. More people got into the hobby, and those runners looked for new games to run. And finally, in 2012, nearly a decade after its initial release, the first speedruns of The Simpsons Hit and Run were performed. A few runners played straight up any percent, where you were allowed to restart and skip missions. This led to some fairly boring runs, but there were still very talented players. Duke Bilgewater and Neke for President completed the first any percent runs of Hit and Run. But then, another more popular category began to form. The rule set for this category was that you had to complete all 49 story missions without skipping any. To this day, it remains the most popular category of The Simpsons Hit and Run, and it's called All Story Missions.
I be doing art and shit.
Early runs
on
were
occasion
performed by runners Finja29 and Cookie. No videos of their world records survive, but they got times clocking in around 2 hours. The early Hit and Run community kept track of their times on a Google spreadsheet. Runners would simply post their fastest times to the board. It was a small and tight-knit community. And it's from this early community that we get our first world record with surviving video. The Simpsons Hit and Run in 1 hour and 54 minutes by Pessimistic Mango.
There they are.
Hit and Run is one of the most technical games I've ever covered on this channel. And it all started with the coin route. Mango had to find the best way to collect over 3,600 coins without wasting too much time. Certain missions had downtime built into them. For example, if he just had to follow a car around the map, he could drive around and collect coins himself, while making sure he stayed close enough to the car. But even on the other missions, Mango had to collect coins, and tried to do it whenever he happened to be near some.
I wanted to learn, but I'm sticking to 3D.
But he mapped his coin route out across the entire
I was like, I need to figure out a V-Roid. I know I downloaded it, but I've not opened it thus far.
Some are quite basic, like mission warps. After finishing a mission, the game usually tells you to drive somewhere to begin the next one.
That or like Blender or some shit.
By going to the menu after mission
I ain't ready for all that though.
On the screen, you can select the next mission and warp there straight away. Another basic piece of tech is car resets. You can reset your car at any time and it'll warp to the nearest main road. This can move you ahead a bit on the map or just get you back on track quicker. That's the easy stuff. They're second nature to hit and run speedrunners, but Mango's run also had some sophisticated tricks, like Carl Skip. In the 7th mission of level 1, or 1-7, you're supposed to race Smithers to Mr. Burns' mansion. The intended route is to drive all the way around the map, but if you instead push Carl with your car past the power plant door, and then talk to him to initiate the race, the power plant door closes with you already past it. So you can just quickly drive through the power
Yo, the
plant to
Carl
mansion
tech?
and save
Crazy.
about a minute on the speed run. Other important parts of Mango's run were the destruction missions. There's several of these throughout the game. You have to destroy a car or multiple cars as quickly as you can by running into it over and over. Mango had some clever strategies for dealing damage quickly. In 6-5, where he had to destroy Skinner's car, he directed it against the wall and another car. It got stuck, and he was able to ram it over and over. But not all destruction missions went smoothly. In 1-3, for instance, he spent a lot of time trying to chase Smithers' car down and damage it. And finally, while Mango was a fantastic player, The Simpsons Hit and Run is still a hard game, especially at the end. In level 7, you have to deliver nuclear waste all the way across the map without accidentally blowing it up. In 7-5, a car swerved in front of Mango and blew up the waste, making him restart the mission. And in 7-7, he just grazed the edge of a tree, but it was enough to blow up the waste again, losing another chunk of time.
Damn.
And that was the run. An hour and 54 minutes later, Mango had beaten the game. It had its shortcomings, but overall this was a great starting point for hit and run speedruns. Mango knew he could do better, and he'd go on to lower the record a few more times in the following days, sadly not saving any of the videos. Finally, on May 29th, he got a run he was happy enough with to save, 1 hour and 50 minutes. It was a greatly cleaned up version of his hour 54 run. Nearly every
It's like,
level
bro,
was faster.
just save the
He
video.
got
We
better
don't
at destroying
care.
vehicles quickly, and once again,
We'll
he
take
had
the
some
footage.
brilliant
Just
strategies here.
give us something
For
to work
instance,
with.
in 3-7, why destroy the limo yourself when you could get it stuck so it destroyed itself while you picked up coins? Mango's level 7 was cleaner too, blowing up the waste only once. But he had one notable time loss. He missed a big trick that we haven't talked about yet. The cutscene skip.
Oh my god, they're skippable cutscenes. Bro's a
Simpsons Hit and Run has a
fraud.
handful of cutscenes. They play after certain missions, and there's no option to skip them. You have to watch them. Except, there's a trick you can do on 3 of the cutscenes. The ones after level 2, level 5, and level 6. After mission complete fades out, if you pause the game in a small window just before the cutscene starts, you can select the next mission and skip the cutscene entirely. You have a 9-frame window to skip the level 2 cutscene and a 16-frame window for levels 5 and 6. That's between a 20th of a second and a quarter of a second depending on your frame rate. You can also repeatedly pause to give yourself a better chance at hitting it. So all in all, cutscene skip doesn't seem that bad. But the problem is that it's super punishing if you miss. The level 6 cutscene lasts 45 seconds, the level 2 cutscene lasts 55 seconds, and the level 5 cutscene lasts a whopping 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So
Oh, you gotta get some fighting game players on these speedrunner techs.
It's a huge blow to your speedrun. And sure enough,
These
in this
speedrunners
run,
hitting the lab.
Mango missed the level 6 cutscene skip. It
Oh,
was a 45
tragic.
second time loss. Had he gotten it, it would have been a sub 150. Mango made that his goal time going forward, a run in the 140s. But it wasn't going to be easy, because Mango wasn't the only player who could get that time. In mid-2014, he got a competitor. Meet Pet Iguana. Mango had reason to be afraid, and not just because iguanas eat mangoes, but because on June 14th,
Oh, wow, that's
Iguana
funny.
got a run of 150.08, a new record and just 9 seconds.
I actually didn't know
from the sub
iguanas
150.
ate mangoes.
In
That's
true hit and run fashion,
figured that just
Iguana
ate all the
didn't
other
highlight his
lizard
run since
stuff.
He wasn't happy with it. But Mango and Iguana were neck and neck. They both wanted the sub 150, and they were both just seconds away. Who would get there first? On July 4th, 2014, Mango got a good chance. His run started with the fastest level 1 he'd ever performed. The next few levels were up and down, but crucially, he got all 3 cutscene skips, meaning he saved an
Say about
additional
shrimp?
45 seconds.
Gotcha.
Mango entered level 7 on pace for a
Let me delve into the catalog here. Let me give you
It
some
seemed like it was going to be close.
some shrimp knowledge.
But
Some
instead,
shrimp knowledge.
Mango played his fastest ever level 7, and it was a blowout. 148.16, nearly a 147. The middle had its slowdowns, but Mango had started
so
and
did you
finished
know
his run incredibly
that
strong.
mantis shrimps, they got
The ball
a
was in Iguana's
so
court.
their tail,
Could he compete with
which
a
is often
148?
misconceived
For a
as
few
like
months,
a
he
lobster
did
tail or
struggle
something
to
similar
beat
to it.
Mango's
They
run.
actually use
But by
that
that
as a
November,
bit of movement
the
tech.
tides had turned, and he felt he had a great chance to pull it off.
They actually
How
use
come?
that as a means to
Well,
shoot themselves
it all came
backwards in
down
order to avoid
destroying
prey.
vehicles, where Iguana
Granted, it
had
only
some
works
new
going backwards. They
strategies.
can only do it in the one direction.
The armored
But
truck in 5-6 is one
you
of
know,
the longest
when
destruction
it comes in
missions
handy,
in the game. It takes forever to be destroyed.
it's pretty clutch.
Especially with Snake's car, which isn't a
I
death.
mean, there's your mantis shrimp
It
fact.
took Mango 2.5 minutes to destroy it in his 148, but here's what Iguana did. He guided it off the road so it got stuck against the pillar. It then damaged itself over time as it tried to escape, and Iguana destroyed it in under a minute. The armored truck strat would become one of the most pivotal strategies in the entire run. Miss it, and you have a big time loss. Another fast destruction strategy was in 1-3.
Oh, wait, hold
Iguana
on.
steered Smithers' car into a house, then
We're
repeatedly
gonna pause the
hit it while stuck.
the thing here. Let's see what Lexi has for me. Or go back up there. Go back there, and then
To destroy it quickly.
No, not this. You do record. Oh, is this a course on like modeling VTubers?
My name is Mr. Zingy, and welcome.
What if I played both? What if I played both windows and just turn this into a Subway Surfer type deal?
Quickly. A solid time save over Mango chasing the
I
car
could do
down.
both.
But perhaps my favorite new strategy was in 4-7. Here, you have to escape Chief Wiggum by getting far enough away from him. But instead of driving far, Iguana just went inside the Simpsons house. And the mission ended, saving him 10 plus seconds. This works because the inside of the house is located very far away from the rest of the map, so the game detects that you've escaped Wiggum and just ends the mission. Thanks to these new strategies, on November 17th, Iguana was able to pull 2 minutes ahead of the record going into level 7, but he wasn't out of the woods yet. Remember, he was up against Mango's gold split here, and he was 100 coins shy, meaning he'd have to pick up extra coins before buying the zombie car. Despite a big lead, this was going to be close, and most importantly, Iguana had to avoid blowing up the waste.
What's up by that pole? Oh,
Oh,
that was close. I definitely thought that blew up.
And what's more, both Chat and his roommates were heckling him.
Well, we have no idea what time this is. That could not even be close to world record.
Harder than it is.
Yeah, we did it!
top 1 point. Yo, let's go.
Finally.
Iguana was back, and he didn't stop there. A couple months later, he improved the record again, down to 1 hour and 45 minutes. The worst part of this run
Oh,
was
the
missing
goat.
the armored truck strat in 5-6, but he had a much cleaner level 6 and 7, and used a new strategy in 3-3 to let him repeatedly hit Cletus's truck. So yeah, Iguana and Mango were just trading this record back and forth. The game's two best competitors, rivals that would clash for years to come. And maybe they would have if someone else didn't come along. In early 2015, a runner named Liquid Wi-Fi became a record contender. He'd started running the game a few months prior, and by February 2015 had managed to lower his time down to a 148, a bit behind the world record of 145. But on February 20th, he shocked the hit and run community by doing, well, this. Exiting level 3, Liquid Wi-Fi was over a minute behind the world record, but that was a bit misleading. See, Liquid took a different coin route from most other runners. He chose to get more coins early in the run, so he didn't need to pick up as many in the later levels. So, he entered level 4 with a coin lead, and gained time by not having to pick up as many. By level 5, he was nearly even with the record. And although he too missed the armored truck strat, this was still barely on record pace going into level 7. But the missions started going well. He wasn't blowing up the waste, and this looked like it might actually have a chance at record. But then during the last mission, on his way to pick up the waste, he triggered a hit and run. and that was a problem. See, he still had to pick up the waste.
That's not
where
good.
You effectively corner yourself. If the police caught him there, it was likely run over. Liquid had to find a way to evade capture.
Holy f***, I evaded them. Let's go. This is going to be seconds between me and world record. Oh my god, this is close. This
Clutching
is so
it.
close.
You can clutch it.
Did I seriously just do that?
Bro did it.
Liquid Wi-Fi was the new hit-and-run record holder. It wasn't a huge improvement, but a very strong last couple levels was enough to get it done. On the other hand, Iguana had just lost his record, and he wasn't going to stand for that. So, an hour after he saw his record had been beaten, Iguana booted up the game, started playing, and...
R.I.P. me.
Liquid's record lasted just a
Wow.
few hours. Iguana had pushed the run to the next minute, a 1:44.37. Curiously, it was yet another world record that missed the armored truck strat, this time thanks to a car getting in the way. And as a whole, it was a very up and down run. He got a few strategies that Liquid missed, like Smithers' car in 1-3, but there were still obvious time saves that he missed out on. Bottom line, Liquid and Iguana both knew they could do better. So they kept playing.
Just like,
Around
you know
this
what?
time,
Give me my...
Liquid began implementing
Bro just
a new
walked up
piece
and
of
said, yo,
tech
give me my
in those
record,
runs,
bitch.
E-brake boosting. Hit and Run has three main driving buttons: accelerate, reverse, and e-brake. By holding all three at once, then letting go of reverse, and then letting go of e-brake, you get a huge acceleration boost forward. This is particularly useful if you have to hit something over and over. In 3-3, for instance, when you have to hit Cletus's truck to collect 15 items, you can see how e-brake boosting lets you get in more hits over time. Over the following few months, the big three runners would all set new records. In late February, Liquid got a 142.19.
Oh!
In April, Mango got a 142.03. And in May, Iguana got a 140.49.
Oh, baby.
These guys were all about equal in skill, and with all three of them actively playing, the world record was plummeting. Much of the time save came from the margins, rather than actual new strategies. Cleaner driving, faster destructions, that sort of thing. Their overall skill level was rising, and nobody was sure where the ceiling was. So who would come through next? Well, in November 2015, it was Mango setting a new world record. And this run has an important distinction. It was the first world record with load times removed. See, Hit and Run has to load in between missions, and this can take a variable amount of time. Depending on how powerful the runner's PC is, this can add up to multiple minutes of difference across the run. So, the community created the Load Remover Auto Splitter. It detects when Hit and Run is loading and automatically pauses the timer. So, when Mango beat Iguana's world record, it was initially timed as a 140.41, but using loads removed time, it was a 140.05. This run also featured another big new strategy: car despawning. By flicking the camera angle back and then forward, certain objects like cars and pedestrians despawn. This can move things out of your way, or more importantly, out of the way of an AI-controlled vehicle. They'll crash into fewer cars, saving you time on the speedrun overall. Mango's run lasted for 8 days, when the next member of the Big Three struck, Iguana, who got a 138.35 and then a 138.03. It was a mix
They got the
of
Big
faster
Three of
execution
Simpsons
and
speed
some
running out
strategy
here.
improvements. He had a new coin route, picking up more coins in level 4 to Skinner's car in Krusty Lou Studios. He destroyed
What the fuck?
vehicles, saved a lot of time in 6-.
What is happening?
About 45 seconds in level saved time on the armored truck and the hit and destroy missions were cleaner overall. Phew. It's exhausting to keep track of everything that was happening, and these guys still weren't at their limits. Since 2014, it had been a three-way competition between Mango, Iguana, and Liquid for the Simpsons Hit and Run world record. They constantly traded it back and forth among themselves, but nobody else ever broke through to take it from them. They were the 3 best runners of the game by far, an exclusive club at the top with only 3 members. The combination of new strategies being added, with the world record frequently changing hands, makes this a tough timeline to follow. But luckily for us, someone was about to come along and simplify things a bit. In mid-2016, a player named Robot Crocodiles appeared on the scene. He took one look at our 3 world record holders and spat on them.
Said, gimme.
Over the course of several months, Croc single-handedly took 5 minutes off the hit-and-run world record. Unfortunately, all of his videos were deleted, so we can't watch any of them today. But we do have an idea of what they looked like. Croc more or less revolutionized the game. Were there new strategies? Well, of course there were, and he used them to his full advantage. In 1-7, Croc used Carl Skip. Instead of running over Carl, he simply reversed to the door and reset his car. The game's default reset point here is right at the door entry, so you respawn halfway past the door. You can then continue reversing
skipping
and
the
make it all
Carl
the way through.
Skip.
Faster and more consistent than Carl Skip. Croc also switched vehicles for a couple
What a
of missions.
legend.
In 1-3,
What a
instead
deity.
of using Homer's sedan, he used a traffic car that dealt more damage. Similarly, in 3-4, he switched out Mr. Plow for the school bus. Another big one was in 4-1, a strat called Donut Fire. You're supposed to hit the donut truck 10 times and collect the items, and the strategy here used to be letting it hit you 10 times. But instead, Croc began guiding it into a corner and then hitting it over and over. This was both faster and much safer than the old strat, as you get rid of RNG when traffic gets in the way. But Croc's dominance was from more than just new strats. It's also because he'd raised the bar for his execution. See, Croc began by grinding individual levels instead of full game runs. He got good at them, eventually holding every IL record in the game. This gave him a mastery of each individual mission that nobody else had. He was able to pick up minutes across the run just from better driving. He slowed down less overall and took cleaner lines. Croc lowered the record a lot in a short period of time. He'd pulled away from the runners behind him, and he was undoubtedly the best player the game had ever seen. Sadly, a few months after these runs, Croc disappeared, taking his channels and videos with him. Today, it's impossible to watch any of his records.
When the world
It's really
needed him
too
most,
bad.
he vanished.
Because if he'd stuck around, he might have been able to prevent what happened next.
There's no way he could have known. What happened next?
In late May 2017, someone finally broke through to take the record from Croc. Our old friend Liquid Wi-Fi. This was his first
he's
record
back.
in more than 2 years. His new time was 1:32:44, but in the description, he said lots of mistakes in this run. And there were a bunch of them, adding up to at least a couple minutes of obvious time save. But still, Croc had raised the bar for execution, and now Liquid had matched it. One other thing Liquid said in the description, I think sub 130 is possible. Well, right around this time, Liquid Wi-Fi began streaming full time, playing Simpsons Hit and Run for several hours every day. And he got so good that he took over our story.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, dude.
It's getting closer. I think the sub 130 is possible.
Oh.
130,
Okay.
130, 34. It's almost there.
Kidding me? What?
You're gonna do for 3,000 subs? Nothing. Yo, me when I hit 300 followers on Twitch,
He set 12 records in 4 months. He took the record from 132 to a 129.44. How did Liquid do this? Well, lots of tiny optimizations added up. He went for a lot more car despawns from previous runners, helping his AI vehicles a bit more. He also had a new coin route, collecting the Krusty Loo coins in the middle of the 3-2 mission to skip coins later. And most importantly, Liquid had just gotten good. The leaderboard was pretty staggering.
He was just
Liquid
better.
had a 129, Croc had a 132.
Long story short, he got better.
135.
He just stopped fucking around. Oh, he did it. He did it. Sub 129. That's sub 130. He did it. The Mad Lad has done it. What a glorious day.
Make it 18 straight records for Liquid Wi-Fi. This man was unstoppable. Most of his improvement was just from getting better and better at the game. He still wasn't at his full potential. And yet, here he was with a 3-minute lead over second place. Yes, Liquid was streaming full-time and playing more than anybody else, but he was also clearly the best runner by far. He'd taken over the game. This was his record now. And at this rate, with Liquid being this dominant, there needs to be some major change to the run for anybody to catch him. We've seen a lot of strategy improvements in the game already. Every year there's been new glitches, destruction strategies, and more. But in late 2018, The Simpsons Hit and Run had perhaps its greatest strategy change yet.
Okay, I just had to check
Level
something real
7,
quick.
the final
Also,
level of the game.
I think another
got
ad break is going to be
completely
popping up in like a
It's
couple
time
seconds.
To head out of bounds.
Oh my god,
First
they've been
off,
going
what's
glitchless the
point of
whole
going out
time.
of
That's
bounds?
right.
How does it save time? Well, the main advantage is it lets you drive across the map while it's not loaded in. You can go in a straight line without needing to turn or slow down at all. And level 7 is perfect for this, because most missions require you to go all the way across the map. You pick up waste on one side and drop it off on the other. Next question is, how do you get out of bounds? Well, in October 2018, Liquid Wi-Fi found this method. It looks crazy, but cars in Simpsons Hit and Run can essentially grip onto vertical walls if they touch them. So, by crashing into the wall, Liquid's car bounced and the tires hit the vertical wall. And from there, he simply
There it is.
drove up the invisible part and made it over. He later found a more consistent version, using the car's back tires to contact the wall.
Oh my god.
From there, it was over for level 7. DJ Lambton found an out-of-bounds setup for 7.3 that involved climbing the walls of the power plant. Vapo found a similar setup for 7.5. And then Liquid found another in 7.7. And before they knew it, more than half of level 7's missions had an out-of-bounds. Combined, they saved more than a minute. But they weren't easy to pull off. Especially given that they're at the very end of an hour-and-a-half long run. If you mess these up, there goes your whole speedrun. But Liquid felt he was up to the task. He began chipping away at his world record with these new tricks. Every few weeks he got a new improvement, first getting a 127 and eventually a 126. Ironically, even though new tricks often open the door to new competition, level 7 out of bounds actually had the opposite effect. Liquid was the only runner with good consistency at them, so he was able to better implement them, and his world record lead only increased. It was now up to a whopping 4.5 minutes. His run of 126.23 was the first to hit all 4 out of bounds in level 7, and that was enough to satisfy Liquid. He got all the big tricks and had an enormous lead over second place. What else could he ask for? I mean, maybe he'd come back if more out of bounds were discovered, like a second wave or something, but there was no way that could happen.
A second wave.
Liquid couldn't
A second
stop
wave
now.
did in fact happen.
In 2019, he helped find another set of out of bounds in level 7. This time, he was going to be out of bounds for nearly the entire level. It's a pretty involved route, but the most interesting part starts from 7-5. Liquid put the waste in a traffic car, then left it and hopped back in a sports car he had waiting out of bounds. He then quickly drove straight to the school, and the waste magically appeared there. How? Well, since the game can only have 5 traffic cars loaded at once, it simply duplicates the traffic car with the waste as one of the 5. So, once it shows up by the school,
Genius.
it's perfectly cloned from before, waste and all. Liquid then simply got in the traffic car and completed the mission. Finally, in 7-6, he drove to the power plant out of bounds while being careful not to load in any part of the map. Then he did an e-brake boost to make it past the bridge, collected the waste, and drove back to the school out of bounds. This 7-6 strategy was found by Barcode and was huge because now you could avoid the painfully difficult 7-7 out of bounds. The new route was about a minute faster than before, so Liquid knew what he had to do next: get back to the record grind. In June 2019, he rattled off 4 records like it was nothing, achieving the first ever 124.
Let's go!
Then in September,
And
he
it's a
came
madman.
back and took another minute off.
Bro was insane
He
with it.
implemented all the tricks into his run and grinded it down to a 123.37. He was still in first place by a mile. No other runners in sight. This was getting ridiculous. Liquid Wi-Fi was clearly the king of hit and run, and with nothing left to prove here, he once again moved on to other games and categories. And it was during that break that something amazing happened. Something that hadn't occurred in years. An event that people weren't sure was possible anymore. In early 2020, Liquid Wi-Fi got a competitor. This is Bacon Man.
Oh,
he started
wow.
running the game about a year ago, and he had a meteoric
It's not even
rise,
iguana
quickly becoming the
or
best runner
it's not even
not
mangoes or
Liquid
pet
Wi-Fi.
iguana.
But he always remained comfortably behind him, not a threat to his world record. Then suddenly in late 2019, he started improving again. His 126 became a 125, and then a 124 by January 2020. This was the first time that anybody had been within a minute of Liquid Wi-Fi. And interestingly, Bacon Man was already 43 seconds behind after level 2. Across the final 5 levels, he only lost 12 seconds to Liquid Wi-Fi. And in the final 2 levels, he actually gained time. Bacon Man was the first person to approach Liquid Wi-Fi's level. He wasn't quite there yet, but he was clearly on a collision course. Maybe this was it. A new era of hit and run speedrunning was finally approaching. One with actual competition at the top level. Nope. New world record from Liquid. New world record from Liquid. New world record from Liquid.
Goddamn. Damn, that is.
We did!
Bro, yo,
New
you get a
world
little
record from
too.
Liquid.
Get a
New
little
world
too
record
close
from
to
Liquid. Hey, some new strategies in level 7. New world record from Liquid.
Yep.
New world record from Liquid. New world record from Liquid. This just kept going. He was still the king, squashing any threat from other runners. And by the end of the year, the record was down to an unthinkable 120.20. He was making a mockery of the leaderboard. This was 36 consecutive world records from Liquid Wi-Fi. And the record had become very optimized. He was running out of time to save. But before he quit the game forever, Liquid Wi-Fi still wanted to get one more record. The ultimate time in the Simpsons hit and run. We're talking about the sub 120.
A possible 119, the theoretical 119.
All of Liquid's world records, all of his domination, it all led up to this. This would be his crowning achievement. But it was not going to be easy. He needed to find a way to save 21 seconds over his current world record. And most of that potential time save was in the first 2 levels. Level 1 had some recent new strategies, like using the Plow King in 1.3 and the Bush strat in the tutorial. There was also a really cool new one in 3.7. By pushing the limo to a precise spot, then calling in Mr. Plow, the 2 cars share the same collision area and the limo is instantly destroyed. These time saves could really help him. Liquid's goal would be to build some kind of a lead after level 2, then maintain it as best he could until the end. And maybe that would be good enough for sub 120. In early 2021, Liquid embarked on his journey. On March 5th, he got a run with the start he was looking for, a 16-second lead after level 2. He maintained his lead through level 3, and then he entered level 4. 4-7 is one of the most important missions in the run. You have to destroy 3 cola trucks as fast as possible, and each one has its own unique strategy. If you miss a quick kill, you could lose big time and potentially even lose the run. Liquid entered the cola trucks mission with an 18-second lead, and it went beautifully. He nailed all 3 quick kills and took a 23-second lead into level 5. Things were looking good, but now he had another crucial mission coming up, the armored truck. On this golden opportunity, he had to get the strat.
Yes, this is definitely spliced. You caught me. 100%. Alright, that'll work.
He nailed it again. Liquid now had a 27-second lead. This was sub 120 pace with 2 levels to go. Level 6 had a clean start, but then in 6-6, mistakes began to creep in.
Oh no.
That is not fast as fuck. Oops. Okay, well that's gonna affect the cycle. Very nice. I would like to stop losing time, please.
His lead fell to 14 seconds. This still had sub 120 potential, but now there was no margin for error.
Yeah,
with the
you gotta
pressure
nail
fully
it.
on, he had to hit all of level 7's out of bounds. 7-2 went well, as did 7-4. This was alive. Liquid was on sub 120 pace. 3 more missions. Whatever he did now, just don't blow up the waste.
Sub 120 is dead.
Oh.
This was such a tricky spot. You have to get enough speed to get the front of the car to bounce up, but too much speed and the waist explodes, which is exactly what happened. It lost just enough time to cost him sub 120. The run finished as a 120.05. The grind continued for weeks. Liquid kept getting runs to level 7, but he messed up an out of bounds mission every time. It's so tough when the hardest part of the speedrun is right at the end. Liquid pushed onwards, and a few weeks later, he got another shot. This one again had a good start, despite some minor slowdowns. The cola trucks went well, and now for perhaps the most important mission in the run, the armored truck.
That should work.
A car tried to prevent it, but Liquid still managed to trap the truck. He had a 3-second lead with time to save in level 7. Once again, this had sub 120 potential. First step,
it's possible.
get 7-2 out of bounds.
Okay.
Please go. Please make it. Okay, that's fine.
It was sketchy, but it worked. He also got 7-4 out of bounds, but his lead was only 4 seconds. Not enough for sub 120. But he had time to save in 7-5, if he could avoid blowing up the waist again.
Get up! Get up!
Oh my god.
He
Chad,
did it.
anything's possible?
Liquid pulled further ahead, closed out the last 2 missions, and beat the
Anything
game
is possible.
in sub 120.
Anything
It
is
was
possible.
pure elation for a man who devoted his past 4 years to this game. This was the run he'd been dreaming of. All 38 world records had built up to this, and Liquid Wi-Fi had finally made it. He'd done everything he'd wanted with all story missions, and this was the end of the road. For the first time in many years, Liquid stopped playing the category. He moved on to other ones, with his sub 120 as his crowning achievement. Meanwhile, Liquid's top competitors were still well behind. Bacon Man was the closest with a low 121, and nobody else had below a 123. These guys weren't really considered world record contenders, so there wasn't much hope of beating Liquid's 119. But maybe, given enough time, somebody could rise up to compete. Well, let's jump a year later. Barely anything had changed. Bacon Man had lowered his time by 12 seconds, and that was about it. No world record threats in sight. and it was now the longest standing world record in modern hit and run history. Liquid was one of a kind. Others simply couldn't do what he could, and if he wasn't running the category, the world record was staying put. By mid-2022, he hadn't played all story missions in a year and a half, unprecedented for him. It had been part of his identity for years, and now he'd given it up. Liquid took a step back and evaluated what he wanted to do. He already had the 119, the ultimate hit and run world record, and yet he missed playing it. Liquid evaluated his options. He looked at his world record of 119 and said, "Alright, fine. One more minute."
118.
In Liquid's mind, the 119 was about the achievement, while a 118 would be about the optimization. He'd gotten even better over the last year and a half, and felt there was another minute he could squeeze out of the run. But where? Well, let's examine his 119. There were only a couple of big time losses. In 2.7, he got bad traffic that cost him 10 seconds. And in 5.6, he wasted a bunch of time by forgetting which coins to collect. But with cleaner execution, there were small chunks of time he could save all over. He missed items in level 3, certain destruction missions could be a bit faster, his out of bounds were a bit slow. When adding this all up across the run, it came out to over a minute of time save. 118 was technically viable, but this was going to take a monumental effort. His 119 was already an incredible run. He'd have to duplicate it and capitalize on all the time save. This was the sort of thing he'd chip away at over time, rather than get all in one shot. Or maybe I'm a big dummy.
No way he gets that in like about a year.
Oh my god, what is this pace? Oh
Damn,
my God,
incredible pace actually. Maybe he just decided. He's like, you know,
Oh my God, okay.
after a year of being like, I have no enemies,
Focus up.
just like, you know what?
48-second lead into level 7.
Oh wow,
Liquid could not believe what was happening.
he's about to shatter it
he'd gotten
again.
everything. All the time save he was hoping
Money,
for.
wealth,
If he could now
fame.
play a clean level 7, he'd get a 118 right here, right now. This was the highest pressure level 7 of his life. The first mission is in bounds.
Money,
and it went
wealth,
just fine.
fame, power.
Next up, the
Liquid
7-2
Wi-Fi had attained it all.
He had to make it out of bounds here.
A sub one. A one.
No.
Oh,
Turn it off.
He hit the corner of the Krusty Burger roof, and it was enough to kill 118. He had to go out of bounds in 7-3 instead, costing him serious time. Liquid went on to hit the rest of the out of bounds and got a small world record, 119.45.
Wow.
But most importantly, he got a small taste of what could be. If he had hit the 7-2 out of bounds, this run very well could have been the 118. Perhaps getting it all in one shot was just too much to ask for. Instead, he was going to have to grind this out the traditional way. On September 15th, he had a run even with the record after level 4. A great spot to be in. But in level 5, the time losses began. He had a slow 5-4, and in 5-5, a car got in the way of the truck so it couldn't turn on the expressway. Level 7 mostly went well, but he initially messed up the 7-5 out of bounds. It ended as a world record by 10 seconds, 119.35. Weeks later, he had another solid start. A gold split in level 3 pushed him even with the record, and he was able to capitalize on a level 5 time save. 7-2 went well, 7-5 went well, and then he messed up 7-6. Another small world record, but Liquid was struggling to get a clean level 7. On December 20th, he made it there again. This time he was faster through level 4, but got unlucky in level 5. Level 7 started beautifully, and then...
I thought I got stuck on the wall.
Another failed out of bounds, and another small world record. Liquid just couldn't get the level 7 he needed. Something always went wrong. But fortunately for him, around the end of the year, another wave of new strategies were developed. The entirety of level 4 was rerouted, buying the inmate outfit sooner and changing which coins you pick up. And a runner named Bedge found a time save in 4-3 to collect the last ketchup packet quicker. But the biggest new strategy came in the final mission of the game, 7-7 Jump Zone, found by an annoying hamster. By parking your car in a precise spot, then exiting and re-entering it, the car gains Jump Zone properties. This gives it unlimited top speeds and bouncy physics. It allows you to quickly climb the power plant wall after collecting the waste, then drive out of bounds to the end, a 20 to 25 second time save. So now Liquid had a bit more time to work with, but if he couldn't get a clean level 7, it didn't matter. On January 8th, he got another record of 119.19. It had a good level 7, but a slower levels 3 and 5. He needed that level 7 on a faster pace.
He's not
On
fully
January
optimizing.
30th, he'd get that faster pace.
Oh.
Liquid had a 16-second lead. He had another shot. If he could get a clean level 7 now, this was 118. And things were looking good. He got 7-2, he got 7-4,
Oh, however.
he got 7-5,
However.
and he got 7-6.
7-7.
One more green split, and Liquid would have a 118. But Liquid didn't get a green split in 7-7. He got a gold split, his fastest 7-7 ever.
Oh, wow.
Yes! Oh my god! Finally!
He did it.
Let's go!
The mastermind.
After 2 years, Liquid had found another minute to squeeze out of Simpson's hit and run, above and beyond what anyone thought was possible. His hours of being stuck in level 1, his repeated fails in level 7, it all finally paid off. Liquid Wi-Fi had the 118, make it more than 40 world records in a row, and his leaderboard dominance had only grown. Now, he could celebrate and move on to the game's other categories once again, with the comfort that he was truly done with all story missions. But his comfort didn't last long, because while he was still celebrating, just hours after his 118, something happened. Something to make Liquid just a little unsure of himself. Later that same day as Liquid's 118, a player named Homer of Steel became the second ever person to get a sub 120.
Oh, man.
Homer of Steel played a lot of hit and run growing up. He always loved it and poured countless hours into the game. But in 2021, he found Liquid Wi-Fi's Twitch stream and became obsessed with learning the speedrun. It was a story like so many who start speedrunning. He found a speedrun of a childhood game and wanted to see if he could do it too. But Liquid's dominance of the leaderboard was intimidating. 6 years on top, 45 consecutive records? How could anybody ever catch up? But Homer of Steel kept lowering his time, and as he got closer, Liquid's times began to seem a bit more realistic. On January 30th, he took his PB straight from a high 121 to a 119.53.
Wow.
He was 23 seconds behind the record after level 2, and then lost another 30 seconds in level 7. But in levels 3 through 6, more than half of the run, Homer of Steel only lost 4 seconds to Liquid. If he could improve at the level 7 out of bounds, maybe he could finally be the person to challenge Liquid for the world record. It took a huge grind for Homer of Steel to get the sub 120, and he took a break for a few months after this. But in May, he came back, determined to try and close the minute gap between himself and Liquid. Everything was in position for him to make a run at the world record, and he actually had a decent chance at pulling this off. But instead, right after he began playing, a new strategy was found that changed everything. This is the 5-3 Baby Van. You need to hit it 10 times to collect 10 objects, similar to several other missions in the run. But the Baby Van has one key difference. It has a 50-50 chance of either driving normally or driving all over the place in a crazy pattern. With normal driving, you can trap the car in the corner and get a quick kill, but with tilted driving, this is nearly impossible, so you had to chase it down and hit it 10 times normally. This often cost a full half minute. For years, it was just a random coin flip. You either got lucky or your run was pretty much over. But in June 2023, Homer of Steel modified a new strategy originally developed by a runner named Vapo. See, the Baby Van mission won't start unless your vehicle is the car built for Homer. So, you buy the car, then exit and reselect the mission to spawn in with your old car. By then waiting to call in the car built for Homer until you're right next to the Baby Van, the mission will start and you can immediately ram the Baby Van before it gets away. This was huge for the speedrun. Now, regardless of which pattern the Baby Van gave, you could always get the quick kill. No more having to throw away half of your runs. Easily one of the biggest discoveries in hit and run history. And it led to a flurry of activity like the game had never seen before. On June 24th, Homer of Steel had a brilliant pace midway through the game. All the big missions had gone well, including the 3 cola trucks in 4-7. The new Baby Van strat worked perfectly, and he capitalized on a big time save in 5-7. After a good level 6, he was actually ahead of the world record. It was about to happen so soon. If he could hold it together for one more level, he was about to dethrone Liquid Wi-Fi. And then...
Oh my gosh.
he missed a cutscene skip.
No.
We haven't seen this happen in several years. It's such an easy trick compared to the rest of the run, but under immense pressure, it's still possible to miss it. He lost 45 seconds, and then proceeded to play an excellent level 7, finishing with a 119.19. The missed cutscene skip ended up making all the difference. He was just one relatively easy trick from taking down Liquid.
But it's
But
doable.
Homer of Steel wasn't the only player trying. Later the same week as his run, 2 more players achieved sub 120s
Bacon
of their
Man,
own.
he's back in it.
190, there we go.
12 Kelvin and Bacon Man, veteran runners who had long been just a bit behind Liquid on the leaderboard, got runs clocking in at 119.56 and 119.57. The new Baby Van strat had
Let's go.
revolutionized the run, and coincided with runners making a big push to lower their PBs. The end result? Now 3 runners had joined Liquid in the sub 120 club. For his part, Liquid was thrilled by all the activity. It had gotten lonely at the top after all these years, and he was excited to see multiple new record contenders. He also made the decision to hold off on playing more all-story missions until somebody beat his world record. It'd be more fun for him to play from behind. So, now it was inevitable that his world record streak was about to come to an end, and it was a race to see who would pull it off first. On July 1st, Kelvin swooped into second place with a 119.10.
Let's go,
Oh my
12
God.
Kelvin.
What? What? Holy sh...
This run fell 20 seconds behind the record after level 3, but from there he matched it all the way to the end. A few days later, Homer of Steel fired back with a 6-second PB of his own. At this point, these guys were saving substantial time in level 7 compared to Liquid's world record. Both Kelvin and Homer of Steel have been grinding it as an IL to try and get a sub 8, so their execution at each out of bounds got really fast. Later in August, Homer of Steel had a run that pulled ahead in level 3 thanks to a very fast destruction mission. However, he had some slowdowns in level 5, including missing the new Baby Van strat. With 1 level to go, he was 3 seconds behind the world record, but he knew he could beat Liquid's level 7. He had to learn from his mistakes in past runs and apply all his skills right now.
Oh my gosh. Homer of Steel, you can do this. You can do this, Homer of Steel.
Homer of Steel's final time? 118.48.
He
a
did
new
it!
world record by 3 seconds.
Yeah.
This was the first time since May 2017 that Liquid wasn't the record holder. Over that period, he'd taken the time down by 14 minutes, more than 6 years of constant domination. But all reigns come to an end eventually, and Homer of Steel's achievement was lauded by the community. It was surreal to see a new name on top of the leaderboard. So, what was Liquid's response? Was he interested in playing? Well, everything quieted down for a few months. Nobody was sure if Liquid was planning to come back, or if he was just done with the category. Homer of Steel's record was great, but it did have room for improvement, especially on the baby van. And under the pressure of world record pace, he didn't play level 7 as aggressively as he could have either. But even though there was some time save, the community stayed quiet. Nobody wanted to make a move. Finally, in late 2023, activity picked up again. A massive push for the world record. And what we've had over the last year of hit and run speedrunning is a battle like we've never seen in the game's history.
Much
Three
longer than this
contenders
damn
began
thing.
playing for the world record.
Oh, okay,
each
there's
one
like another
formidable
hour.
in their own way. The first contender was the current record holder, Homer of Steel. Even though he held the record, he wanted to hang on to it and begin his own long-lasting reign. The second contender was Liquid Wi-Fi. He knew the record left time on the table and felt that with his experience, he'd be the one to save it. The third contender was Kelvin. He'd contended for the record right alongside Homer of Steel, and although he was narrowly beaten out, Kelvin felt he had what it took to get it. That's three contenders: the record holder, the past champion, and the up-and-comer. It seemed like Liquid and Homer of Steel were the two favorites, given that they'd actually held the record before, but as the runs played out, Kelvin was looking pretty good. On December 30th, Kelvin had a decent run going, but had a very slow first cola truck destruction. Luckily, he could save time over the record's baby van, and he capitalized on it.
I think
His
that's
pace
good for the
was
lines.
very close with the record, and by the time he reached level 7, he was just a few seconds behind. If he could play a bit more aggressively than the record here, he could save some time and take the top spot. Level 7 began, and Kelvin was hitting everything. Good driving, good out of bounds setups. He was in position to pull ahead of the record. And then...
Oh, man, I was like a pixel off.
he hit an invisible wall while out of bounds. The
No.
waist blew up and it was all over. Just one tiny mistake in level 7 can completely destroy your run. But Kelvin was still feeling it. A short while later, he managed a nearly identical pace, about 10 seconds behind the world record going into level 7. Once again, with fast execution, he'd be able to pull ahead. First step, make it out of bounds in 7-2. No problem. Now, avoid hitting the invisible wall again. He got that too. So far, so good. A few more missions to go. Next up was 7-4 out of bounds.
That's good.
He made it. Pressure was mounting. Then, 7-5 out of bounds.
That sucks.
He blew up the waist again. Too much speed while backing up. World record was dead, but maybe he could still get a small personal best, as long as he didn't blow up the waist again.
That's...
This was becoming a pattern for Kelvin. He was getting runs to level 7 just like any record contender, but time and time again, something went wrong to kill it. It's tough when the game's hardest level is right at the end, but it's what you have to overcome if you want the record. On January 22nd, Kelvin found himself in a familiar spot. A few seconds behind the record, one level to go. And this time, it all went well. He didn't blow up the waist, he didn't miss any out of bounds, he played a clean level 7. But he still missed the record. Kelvin just wasn't quite aggressive enough through the level. He just wanted to get through it and take a new personal best. So he did. Now all three top contenders had a 118, and they were all trying to break through. A day later, it was Liquid Wi-Fi's turn for a chance at the record. He exited level 4 with a 15-second deficit, but as we know, there's time to save over the record's level 5. Liquid capitalized on it, nailing the baby van strat, the armored truck strat, and everything else. Now, instead of being behind, he had a 20-second lead over the record.
Oh, wow.
That's potential.
Once again, this was going to come down to level 7. First up, 7-2. A good start. Liquid now had a 30-second lead. Next up, 7-4.
Oh! I only just cleared the barrier.
It worked. Liquid was still 30 seconds ahead of the record. Now, he had to get 7-5.
That's fine. As long as I get it next time, it's okay.
That hurt. His lead was back down to 20 seconds. Still in there, as long as he could get 7-6.
Probably dead.
Ouch. Liquid had to get a backup, and he lost another 17 seconds. But this still left him with a small lead. And with a clean 7-7, it was just enough to take the world record back from Homer of Steel. 118.41. Liquid was back on top, where he'd been for
Liquid
so
had
many
done it
years.
again.
Homer of Steel had briefly taken it, and Kelvin put up a good fight too. But at the end of the day, Liquid was still too good to be stopped.
Look at that! We beat the French, boy! We beat the French!
We
Yay!
did.
So,
Mans
how did
did
our
it.
other
He
competitors
defeated the
respond?
French.
Well, Homer of Steel kept going. He was determined to not be a one and done.
Frenchman
to prove
defeated.
that he belonged on top of the leaderboard. But beating Liquid Wi-Fi was always a tall order. I mean, this was the same guy who'd set 45 records in a row. Sure, Homer of Steel beat him once, but now he was back in second place. The big question was, did he have what it took to beat him again? Well, here's a good benchmark. Liquid's record had a 110 flat split going into level 7. If Homer of Steel could be close to that, he could save time over the level 7 mistakes and beat the world record. So somewhere in the 110s was a good time to shoot for. And on the very next day after Liquid's record, Homer of Steel had a run make it past level 6. His split was 109.12.
Oh.
It was a dream run. Homer of Steel had gotten everything. The destruction missions, all the different tricks, everything. Virtually no mistakes. This was somehow on pace for a 117. Chat was losing their minds. Even Kelvin was there, and he couldn't believe what he was watching. Surely,
You can do
something was
it.
gonna go wrong to kill this. But he began hitting all the out of bounds. He kept his pace. Just please don't blow up the waist.
No.
What? Please, please. What? Please. Oh no. I hate
No.
this game. I want to cry. I can't
Why?
do this Twitch.
Why won't it stay, please?
That's 8 times he blew up the waist. He just couldn't do it. And the best pace the game had ever seen was gone. The 117 dream was dead. But in speedrunning, you can't dwell on your mistakes. You have to pick yourself up and keep trying. That's exactly what Homer of Steel did. And a few days later, he had another good run. He had a lead over the record going into level 5, then hit the baby van strat. Things were looking good. But then, a complete debacle happened in 5-5. He managed to get his car stuck on a slant midway into the mission. The car wasn't budging, and he wasn't able to get back inside. So to wedge it free, he had to go get another car and repeatedly hit it to try and dislodge it. It eventually worked and he was able to proceed with the mission, but not before losing a full 30 seconds. This was a bizarre time loss, but here's the crazy part. Homer of Steel made it to level 7, hit all the out of bounds, and still set a massive new world record. 118.11,
Yo.
beating Liquid by half a minute. If he hadn't had the 5-5 time loss, this run would have been well into the 117s. Homer of Steel had turned into a monster. His competitors weren't
Let's
able to
go.
get paces like this. He'd pulled away from both of them. And now, with its possibility being firmly established, Homer of Steel set his eyes on a new goal. He wanted the first 117 in hit and run history. The blueprint was simple, just duplicate the last record but with a cleaner 5-5. And 6 days later, that's exactly what Homer of Steel did. He had a small lead into level 5, got the big time save in 5-5, and maintained from there to the end. 117.41, the first 117 ever, and a full minute ahead of second place. Homer of Steel hadn't just won the world record battle, he'd completely run away with it. These were times that his competitors weren't even approaching. How had he gotten so good? Well, it was a lot of little things adding up. He was just a little bit faster at executing the hard tricks. His driving was just a little bit cleaner. Perhaps he saved 1 second on average per mission. Well, across 50 missions, that starts to add up. And that's why he was able to save so much more time. Even though Liquid had several years of head start, Homer of Steel had come along and surpassed him. So now, things were settled, and instead of playing all story missions, the top competitors moved to play the game's other categories, like 100%, where Liquid Wi-Fi had been able to hold off Homer of Steel. All story missions had little activity. Liquid just seemed unable to catch the 117. But once again, there's someone we're forgetting about. Kelvin had still never gotten the world record, and it wasn't for lack of trying. He'd had more than his share of runs into level 7, but they hadn't panned out, and now that the record was down to a 117, he remained in a fairly distant third place. But maybe now that his two competitors were distracted, this was his chance to make a move. On June 16th, Kelvin got a 118.38, just beating out Liquid for second place. And the very next day, he got on another run. Kelvin was deadlocked with the record into level 3. He lost some time in 3-5 when Snake's car jumped the bridge before dropping the last item, making him have to backtrack. He also lost a bit on the second cola truck in 4-7. Kelvin was now half a minute behind the record. But from there, he kept it remarkably close. He got the baby van, the armored truck, Skinner's car destruction, all just like the record. Finally, he made it to level 7, and he nailed all the out of bounds, with even quicker setups than the world record. The run finished as a 118.07.
I'm insane. What?
The only difference between his run and Homer of Steel's were unforced errors in levels 3 and 4. But beyond that, his execution was just as fast. Even faster in level 7. After several months of trying, Kelvin was once again on a collision course with the record. One more improvement without the big mistakes, and he would finally reach the top of the mountain. But it was all a mirage, because Homer of Steel saw what was happening, and he wanted to stop it. So he began doing attempts again, and a few days later, he did this.
No. Let Kelvin have this. Just let him have that one. Maybe he can go for the glitchless run.
Squeezed another minute out of the run. Virtually the only slowdown was missing the Curator destruction in 5-7. He got a quick backup and lost 10 seconds. Other than that, it's a familiar story. He simply nailed everything, hitting trick after trick throughout the game. He now had a 116 when no one else in the world had a 117. What Homer of Steel has done to the hit and run speedrun is nothing short of remarkable. Compared to where the run was just a year ago, he's elevated nearly everything. He's brought the record down by 2 full minutes with essentially nothing new. He's just pulling time out of thin air, finding tiny optimizations to play better and better. This is well illustrated through the sum of best gap. A player's sum of best is adding up all their gold splits, their 50 fastest individual splits. During the 118 era, the gap between the record and his sum of best segments was 4 minutes. But now, Homer of Steel has shaved a full minute off that gap. His execution in runs has just gotten that good. Can other runners catch up to him? Well, in the months since, both Liquid Wi-Fi and Kelvin have set new personal bests. but they both remain more than a minute off the record. They're more competitive with Homer of Steel in categories like 100%, but he seems to have a stranglehold on all story missions. That being said, we've seen this before in The Simpsons Hit and Run. Someone seems so far ahead, surely there's no way anyone will catch up. But it never lasts forever. Someday, someone will dethrone Homer of Steel. And as it so often does, history will repeat itself. Thanks for watching. For a behind-the-scenes look at how I made this video and storylines that I couldn't include, join my Patreon page. I only charge when I upload a video. Thanks.
Such is the legend of Simpsons Hit and Run. This one's a really nice one, the Tetris one.
And we all love it.
I think I remember seeing this this article go out, or like the news on this go out. It was pretty cool.
Every console and smartphone ever made. And to this day, these new versions remain popular among fans and casual gamers alike. But perhaps the most well-known version of Tetris is the version released on the Nintendo Entertainment System back in 1989. Gamers never stopped playing it ever since its initial release, and in recent years, it's absolutely exploded in popularity. There are huge in-person tournaments, monthly competitions online, and most importantly, a crazy chase for the high score world record. This record has had 35 years of history, featuring some of the best players to ever pick up an NES controller, and it has one of the most insane stories from start to finish that I've ever seen. This is the history of NES Tetris World Records. And now a word from this video's sponsor, Opera GX. Look, we all know that Opera GX is the best web browser for gamers.
Sure we do.
It's easy to switch to add. It's also GI, saving if you want the link. Just click the link. There are two main concepts to understand in NES Tetris, the scoring and the level system. We'll start with the scoring. Like with most versions of the game, you accumulate points in NES Tetris by clearing lines. You get a different amount of points depending on how many you clear at once, but by far the most valuable score is getting a Tetris. The only way to score one of these is by using the long piece vertically to clear 4 lines. So ideally, players try to score as many Tetrises as possible by leaving a column open on the right side to drop a long bar when it comes. Then there's the level system. The higher the level, the more points you get per line cleared. So ideally you want to start on the highest level possible, which is level 19. However, on level 18, blocks descend a row every 3 frames, while starting on level 19, they descend a row every 2 frames, which is significantly harder. So, top players would generally start on level 18, where they could play for a while at a more reasonable speed at barely any score cost. After 130 lines cleared at level 18, the game transitions to level 19, and then moves up a level for every additional 10 lines. Luckily, levels 19 through 28 all have the same descent speed, although you keep earning more points as the level increases. This is an extremely brutal speed to play on, but if you manage to make it all the way through level 28, then you reach level 29, also known as Tetris's kill screen.
There it is.
A kill screen is a level deep into a game that's usually impossible to beat because of a glitch. Pac-Man has the most famous one. The game's 256th board has a glitched right side and doesn't spawn all the dots needed to beat it. Donkey Kong has another example, where you run out of time just seconds into the game's 117th screen. Tetris's kill screen, on the other hand, has nothing to do with a glitch. It's the intended end to the game, because starting on level 29, pieces begin to fall so fast that it becomes unplayable. This is Tetris's kill screen. Even if you begin holding a direction before the piece spawns, it's physically impossible to move the piece to the side in time. Pieces descend a row every single frame, twice the speed of level 28. Now, it's actually possible to process what's happening at this speed, and know where you want the pieces to go. But the fact is, you just can't get them there. It's a game hardware limitation rather than a human hardware limitation. If you're very lucky, you might not need to move your pieces far and you can clear a line or two. But just like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong, your game is bound to end within seconds after reaching Tetris's kill screen. So the game is definitely over at level 29. But before that point, you have 230 lines to work with and try to score as many points as possible.
Trying to find the image I had of Miku saved.
That the point display in the
I
upper
have it
right
somewhere.
corner only has 6 digits, meaning the highest score it can display is
I know I have a image of Miku somewhere saved here. Do I know?
So naturally, the question arose, was it possible to max out the score before the kill screen kicked in? Well, in order to get a max out, you have to make the most of your 230 lines. That means getting as many Tetrises as possible while avoiding other clears that eat into your 230 lines, otherwise known as a burn. It's extremely risky to play this way. You might need to build your stack up very high while waiting for a long bar, and there's not a moment of rest. You can't break your focus for even a second. But as brutal as the difficulty is, it's technically just possible to max out the score before the kill screen kicks in. And there are actually reports of people doing it all the way back in the 90s. It's difficult to determine how to treat these claims. Standards were different back then, and none of these claims have a full video to go along with them. However, some have more proof than others. Thor Ackerland, winner of the 1990 Nintendo World Championships, is reported to have maxed out the game in the early 90s. He didn't record his game, but being the literal winner of the Nintendo World Championships, he was one of the best Tetris players in the world at the time. Judging by his skills and the testimony of people who watched him play, it's very likely that his claim was legitimate. Another max out claim appeared in a 1992 edition of Nintendo Power magazine from a player named
remember
Scott
Nintendo
Anderson.
Power?
Very little is known about Anderson today, but in order to get your score in Nintendo Power, you did need to have photo proof, so there's a decent chance his score was legit too. And another player, JW Tetris, claimed a max out back in 1996 that seemed to have no proof, but 25 years later, he managed to uncover a VHS tape of the end screen that, sure enough, showed all 9s. While it still lacks concrete video proof, this is probably the claim with the most evidence, and is very likely legit. Then, by the 2000s, all sorts of max-out claims appeared on internet forums. None of them had video proof, and honestly, they're really hard to judge. Some seem more suspicious than others, but just like with the claims from the 90s, it's really impossible to say which of these internet claims were legit. Some provided their names, while others used pseudonyms or usernames. And in 2001, a max-out claim popped up on PlutoBscene.com from someone named Jonas. Just like all the other claims, Jonas didn't have any proof to back up his score, so his claim was lumped in with all the rest. However, in 2005, a man named Trey Harrison was trying to accumulate videos of Tetris performances to put up on his website, TetrisMaster.com. He was looking for a recorded max out, and sure enough, in the replies, up pops Jonas again, saying he just recorded one on tape. Jonas dropped the video off at Trey's house. Trey uploaded it onto his website, and it was then that the world was first able to see on video a max out score of NES Tetris. A score showing all 9s, by future
I just need
Tetris
to
legend
find one image of
Jonas
Miku.
Neubauer.
Just one.
What you're watching is a massive piece of gaming history. These scores have been rumored for over a decade, but finally, one was
I
captured
found
on
a
video.
reference sheet of Miku.
And the footage is very impressive.
Stop
Jonas
giving me the
started on
frickin'
level
WebP
18,
file,
And
jeez.
to make the level transition, he first had to clear 130 lines. He ended up getting
Okay, fuck
92 of those lines via Tetrises for maximum points, while just 38 were from burns.
Hold on, we're gonna
From
we're
there,
gonna reel back a little
Jonas
bit.
dropped the video off at Trey's house. Trey uploaded it onto his website. And it was then that the world was first able to see on video a max out score of NES Tetris. A score showing all nines by future Tetris legend Jonas Neubauer. What you're watching is a massive piece of gaming history. These scores have been rumored for over a decade, but finally, one was captured on video. And the footage is very impressive. Jonas started on level 18, and to make the level transition, he first had to clear 130 lines. He ended up getting 92 of those lines via Tetrises for maximum points, while just 38 were from burns. From there, Jonas was playing at the brutal speed of level 19, but he still had to keep landing Tetrises. His score was inching up as the levels climbed higher. He needed the max out before hitting level 29. On level 28, he was still 60,000 points away, with only 10 lines to work with. But he managed to get one Tetris, and then with just a single line to go before the transition, he got one final Tetris. The kill screen kicked in, and the score read all nines. Over the course of 8.5 minutes, Jonas had hit a max out on NES Tetris. And finally, it was documented for anyone to see. The feedback online was all positive. Everyone was thrilled to be able to watch an official Tetris max out. However, this video did have one problem. There was no game audio included. That meant Jonas couldn't submit it as a world record anywhere. But that didn't take away from the legitimacy of the performance. Jonas Neubauer had established a name for himself as a Tetris master. Only question was, now that someone had maxed out the game, what was there left to do? Over the following few years, while competitive retro gaming was still in its infancy, more people gravitated toward playing NES Tetris. Even though Jonas had maxed out the score, it remained a popular game and others tried to replicate his achievement. Between 2008 and 2014, more than a dozen other people were able to achieve max outs in NES Tetris. And even though their scores were officially tied, there were still ways to compare max outs to each other. Ultimately, two different methods of competing became popular. Method number 1, going for the earliest possible max out. In Jonas's game from 2005, he hit the max out right as the level transitioned to 29. In other words, at the last possible moment. But the more Tetrises you hit, the earlier you can max out, and the more impressive the achievement. In April 2009, Harry Hong produced the first recorded max out with game audio, and he was able to get the max out slightly earlier than Jonas, late in level 28 rather than on the transition into level 29. Harry was one of several people who claimed to max out on internet forums years prior, but now he had recorded proof too. In early 2012, a player named Matt Bucco recorded a game where he maxed out in mid-level 26, much quicker than previous max outs. He landed Tetris after Tetris starting in level 19, which was where he pulled away from previous players. And then, there were a couple claimed early max outs. Harry Hong claimed an early level 26 max out on tape, but he didn't upload the score, only claiming it on a Tetris forum. And in August 2014, a player named Terry Purcell reportedly maxed out in late level 25. This score used to have video, but it's since been deleted from YouTube. Most of these players' only goal was to get an early max out. As soon as that happened, they stopped playing and let the game end, even if it was several levels before the kill screen. However, not everyone did this, and that's why there was a second method of competing. Playing the game all the way to the kill screen, and then manually calculating the score later. In other words, trying for the highest score possible. Even though the score doesn't display higher than all 9s, you can still add up all the points achieved after this to determine your true score. For instance,
Time for
in
math.
Jonas's first
It's
ever
math time.
max out, he got a Tetris while his score read this. That meant he added 36,000 points, and his score actually finished at 1,018,160 points. And so, this became another method of determining whose max out was best. In 2008, Jonas achieved another kill screen that finished slightly higher than his 2005 max out, 1,023,860 points. However, since he used a camera from the 1800s, this was never verified as an official world record. In 2011, while recording himself for a documentary, Thor Accolade achieved a score of 1,043,000 points. And a couple years later, a player named Ben Mullen took the score even higher, 1,071,000 points,
We get much
before the
higher.
kill screen took over to end his game. However, if the players going for the earliest max out had finished out their games, it's possible they would have achieved higher scores than these. Terry Purcell's level 25 max out is reported to have finished all the way at 1.195 million, but without video proof this can't be verified. And although Matt Buko's score of level 26 cuts off right here, he claims to have kept playing this game all the way to the kill screen. And in the comments, he says he'd upload the rest when he got home. Well, it's 12 years later, and apparently Matt still hasn't returned home.
He's never made it
the community
home.
was split between these two methods. Some wanted to go for the earliest max out, while others wanted to go for the highest score. The big problem was the score display. Since it only had 6 digits, it wasn't intuitive
Call
to
that
keep
Tetris
playing
No
after
Way
it
Home.
maxed out. It led to 2 different sides of competitive play. And these sides wouldn't converge until one key event in 2015. This is a Game Genie code discovered by Max Out player Josh Tolles. It changes the leading digit of the score into hexadecimal, meaning that after 9, the score keeps counting up. A represents 1 million, B represents 1.1 million, and so on. This meant that the max out no longer applied, and the score was no longer capped at 1 million. So, it ultimately garnered the nickname the Uncap code. Josh posted his code on the Tetris forums, and it was treated as a fun novelty, but some saw potential for more with it. And in April 2015, Harry Hong began attempts to set a new high score with the Uncap code. On April 23rd, he played a game that maxed out in level 28, then took it to the kill screen and finished with 1,101,000 points. This was the first verifiable game to score over 1.1 million, and a few days later, he got one even better, a max out in level 26 that ultimately finished at 1,150,000 points. But after these records from Harry, the competition for the high score record died down. Harry Hong was one of few players who both cared about the high score record and was potentially good enough to improve it. So when he stopped trying for it, there was no competition to take it from him. Instead, in 2016, he came up with a goal of achieving as many max outs as he could in a year, rather than improving the uncapped record. 268 max outs later, the high score remained at 1.15 million. But in 2017, Harry came up with a new goal for his stream. He was going to go back to playing with the Uncap code and try for a 1.2 million point game. This would surpass the highest claims from over the years, and be an undisputed world record. Harry played for weeks, building up his skills but falling short of the 1.2. He'd need an early max out, in level 25 or better, and then still need to land several more Tetris.
What's up, Katie?
Hope
Hope you're having a
score
good
like
one.
this demanded near perfection. But after months of attempts, on April 14th, 2017, Harry got a good score going. A max out in mid-level 25, Harry was on pace for it. From this point, he needed at least 5 Tetrises before hitting the kill screen on level 29.
Thank you for the care package. Appreciate you.
Harry got his Tetrises, but was still a few points short. With his stack building high, he desperately used a long bar to get a triple, but this activated the kill screen. He still needed 3,000 points. Harry had to find a way to clear 2 more lines while playing at kill screen speed.
Yes! Yes!
History was made. The congratulations poured
There it is.
in as Harry had taken Tetris to new heights. After all the max outs that
went
came before
bisexual.
him, from the
Hold on.
internet claims to the ones with concrete proof, this one was the best of all. Except, it's never quite that easy with NES Tetris. There are reports that, around the time of Harry's 1.2, a player named Bo Steele
No.
achieved a 1.2 million game of his own. Nobody remembers what his exact score was, or what the level of proof was, but Bo is a verified max-out player, so his score claim isn't unreasonable. Still, Harry Hong gets the most credit for being the first to achieve 1.2 million, and he was one of the best players in the world, one of the few who was capable of a score this high. However, as good as Harry was, there was still another player who had potential to go even higher. See,
Can we
every
get
year
much
since
higher?
2010, the biggest Tetris tournament was the Classic Tetris World Championship, where the best NES Tetris players in the world competed. Of the 7 annual tournaments by this point, 1 had been won by Harry Hong. As for the rest, all 6 were won by the same player, Jonas Neubauer.
And your winner of the 2016 Classic Tetris World Championships, 6-time world champion, Jonas Neubauer.
Ah, yeah.
In the
Bro was
12
a
years
legend.
since his first recorded max out, Jonas had turned into a monster. Every year, he went head-to-head against Tetris's best players.
It was an absolute
Time
legend.
and time
It was a
again,
demon.
Jonas proved better than the rest. His stacking was brilliant, and he was able to get out of trouble when others couldn't. Jonas Neubauer was simply considered the best NES Tetris player on Earth. Yet through all this, he'd never really cared about the score world record. He was more focused on tournaments. But in 2017, he started streaming on Twitch, and on July 24th, he booted up a casual game of Tetris.
Man might have fucked around and nearly did the impossible.
That was 17 straight Tetrises to open the game. Unbelievable. He slowed down a bit after that, but still managed to max out in mid-level 26. And then, he landed 6 more Tetrises before the kill screen. Jonas's score read all 9s since he wasn't using the uncap code, but in reality, his score was 1,211,000 points. On a random game where he didn't even bother to use the uncap code, Jonas had just set a new world record. After this, Jonas went back to focusing on tournaments, not caring to improve the high score
He just did it for the love of the game.
And while other players continued to put up new scores, some of which were over 1 million, very few were able to approach a score of 1.2 million. This type of game was reserved for only the best of the best Tetris players, and even they couldn't consistently put up scores like this. It took a lot of luck to get long bars when you need them. So, Jonas instead prepared for the 2017 Classic Tetris World Championship. And that November, he officially made it 7 World Championship victories.
There it is. Jonas is your champion, 2017 champion.
There was nobody else on his level. And in June 2018, a year after his 1.21 million game, Jonas set out to improve the score world record, trying to take it to a level where nobody else could even touch it. This time, Jonas wasn't messing around. He was using the uncap code, so he could know right away what his score was. On June 13th, he got a really good game going, a max out in level 25. After landing 5 more Tetrises, his score was just short of 1.2 million, with only 4 lines until the kill screen. Jonas built a center well, waiting for the long bar that would push him over the top. And then, he got it.
Let's go!
New world record.
Just like that.
1.23 million.
Just breaking
But
records
Jonas
for the
wasn't
love of the game.
satisfied yet. A week later, he managed another level 25 max out. He then got 6 more Tetrises, pushing his score past 1.2 million.
He's
One more
just doing it
Tetris,
for the love of
and
the
he had
game.
another record. But then,
What a
his
monstrosity.
stack started building high. Jonas wasn't getting a long bar, and he was quickly running out of room. Yet, he didn't panic, and finally, the long bar came.
Oh, let's go! Get out of my face!
A 15,000 point improvement to the world record. This
It's
was
an
the
insane
state of
pop-off. Look at him.
NES
Look at him
Tetris
go.
In 2018, there were many good players. Some of them could score over a
edit
million
the
points.
canvas here.
But when all else was held equal, Jonas usually came out on top. He always won the world championship. He had the score record, and it was intimidating to compete against him. It seemed like, as long as he wanted to hold the high score world record, he'd be able to do so. That is, unless Corion had something to say about it. In 2016, a player named Corion posted a video of his first NES Tetris max out. By this point, several players had achieved the max out, so the achievement alone wasn't too notable. However, when he posted a video with a hand cam, Corion was shown to be doing something very differently. He was mashing the D-pad to move the pieces laterally, rather than simply holding it down. In Tetris, there's a concept known as the delayed auto shift, or DAS.
Oh,
When you
this is
hold
where
down
we get to the
D-pad
good
in
part.
NES Tetris, your piece will auto shift to the side every 6 frames, or 10 times per second. This is quite fast, and leaves you with enough time to navigate even on the breakneck speed of level 19. However, Corion is from Japan, and NES Tetris was never actually released in Japan. So, his background was from playing various other versions of Tetris, including the Game Boy edition. In Game Boy Tetris, when you hold down the D-pad, the piece hesitates momentarily and then moves roughly 7 times per second. This process is too slow when playing at higher levels, so Game Boy Tetris players have to repeatedly repress the D-pad to move their pieces quickly enough. And
came
since
from a
Corion
different-
was used to playing
came
this
from a
in
different land.
various arcade games, it was only natural to mash the D-pad in NES Tetris as well. But this actually gave Corion an advantage. He was able to accurately mash faster than DAS normally moved the pieces. He could move blocks just a little bit quicker than normal, and it meant that once he reached the kill screen on level 29, he actually stood a chance to clear a few lines. He couldn't play for long, but it wasn't necessarily an instant game over. In June 2017, he managed to clear 10 lines on level 29 and reach level 30.
I got it!
Only a couple other players had ever done that before, and not surprisingly, they had to use a form of hyper-tapping to pull it off. Ultimately though, this just let Corion get a few more points before topping out. If he wanted to beat the score world record, he needed to focus on getting more Tetrises before the kill screen. He spent months improving his skills, and by August 2017, he became the 3rd player to pass 1.2 million. But as Jonas kept improving the record, Corion found himself falling behind. And by June 2018, the score to beat was 1.245 million. But Corion didn't want to give up. Even though he was a bit behind Jonas, the potential with hyper tapping
You can
was
do
just
it.
too strong. That summer, Corian
You
began
have a hidden
push
art.
for the world record. And on June 24th, he had a strong game going. Landing Tetris after Tetris, Corian's score climbed past 600,000. Then, the game transitioned to level 19. This is where hyper tapping would really come into play. Right away, he managed to get a long bar over in a spot that would have been risky with Das. And he kept on going, precisely navigating pieces while frantically mashing on the D-pad. He ended up maxing out the score during level 25, just about tied with Jonas's world record. The Tetrises continued, and eventually Corian found himself at 1.22 million, with only one line until the kill screen. He just needed one more Tetris. Corian was praying that it would come in time.
One, please, come on. Yes! Woo! Yes! 1.25. Woo!
This was the first ever game past 1.25 million. And finally, 7-time world champion Jonas had been dethroned. This game helped prove the use of hypertapping. While Corian wasn't guaranteed to have topped out with Das, there were definitely situations where hypertapping helped. The problem is, Corian was one of few players who could reliably hypertap. You not only had to mash quickly, but also do it in a controlled manner to always move your piece the exact right amount. Corian focused on other categories for the next few months, but in early 2019, he came back, looking to take the record closer to 1.3 million. And on March 5th, he'd get a good chance. His start was very smooth, and the only sketchy moment came at 800,000, when he misdropped and then narrowly brought a long bar over to the right in time. That's where hypertapping can help you. He ended up maxing out the score in late level 25. With 30 lines until the kill screen, Corian had just enough room to get 8 more Tetrises and finish off one more improvement to the world record.
Yes! Yes! Updated my big world record! Yes!
This
He's
was a
done
really
it, the
great
insane
game,
mastermind.
Yet still remained 27,000 points short of 1.3 million. That score still seemed like a pipe dream. The only way to do it would be to get an earlier max out, and then match Corian's 8 Tetrises afterwards. And with Corian being one of the few hypertappers with the skill to do that, 1.3 million was just a bit out of reach.
Until it wasn't.
A few months after Corian's 1.27 game, one of the strangest events in Tetris history took place. One day in June 2019, a man named Tyler Peach popped up in the Discord server. Tyler said he was from Germany, and that back in the mid-90s, he scored 1.33 million in a game of NES Tetris. This was a bold claim. For one thing, it was 60,000 points ahead of the current highest known score. And for another, the uncapped code didn't exist in the 90s. So how did he know what his exact score was? Tyler tried to convince people he was legit, but he came across as some random dude just making outrageous claims. So, to show his skills, Tyler said he would attempt to qualify for the July monthly tournament. And then... Tyler proceeded to post the highest qualifying score ever for a tournament. Only a handful of players had ever achieved a 1.2, and Tyler just did it on command to show his skills.
He can't do it on command. He can't do it on command. He did it on command.
And just days later, he achieved a score of 1.298 million, smashing the world record by 25,000 points. He maxed out in level 24, one level sooner than Corian did, and proceeded to match his 8 Tetrises afterwards. And while Tyler didn't use a webcam, it seemed that he too was hypertapping. He was able to get his pieces to fly across the board. Who on earth was this guy? Were his scores faked somehow? Nobody knew for sure, and the top players had a variety of opinions. But there was nothing in Tyler's gameplay that screamed it was fake. The circumstances were just so weird. A legend from the 90s, who nobody had heard of before, coming back and crushing the competition. The story sounded too insane.
Bro just showed up.
Well, months down the road, the truth came out. Tyler's scores were 100% legitimate, but he wasn't a real person. Tyler was actually the alt account of one of the best Tetris players in the world. He was the teenage prodigy, Joseph Saley.
What?
Joseph came onto the Tetris scene in 2017 and spent hours watching the game's two best players, Jonas and Corian. He learned a lot from them, and Joseph's skills rapidly improved. By March 2018, he achieved his first max out. By September, his score was up to 1.15 million. In less than a year, he had become a world-class player. However, there were still a handful of players who had a better score PB. But a few months later came the 2018 Classic Tetris World Championship. Joseph entered the tournament and played beautifully, defeating opponent after opponent and making it all the way to the finals. And what a surprise, the other finalist was Jonas Neubauer, the 7-time world champion. Jonas was heavily favored to defeat Joseph and take home his 8th title. But in a shocking twist, Joseph swept Jonas 3-0.
There it is! Tetris for Joseph! And we have a new Tetris World Champion!
Joseph Saley was now a world champion. But despite that, he didn't have the score world record. That still belonged to Corian. So, in early 2019, he made an effort to take it, first passing 1.2 million, then 1.25 million. But he still remained a bit short of the record. And that's where he decided to have some fun. Joseph started streaming attempts to an alt account and built up the Tyler Peach persona. And even though he didn't do many attempts there, one of them ended up breaking the world record. So, he decided to roll with it, before eventually revealing that he was behind it all. So now, Joseph had them both, the championship title and the score record. But even beyond that, Joseph had one specific skill that no other Tetris player had. He could actually play on the kill screen. Joseph was a hyper tapper, and a very good one at that. He moved pieces quicker than anyone else. The kill screen kicks in on level 29, and in September 2018, Joseph became the first person to make it to level 31 on video. A month later, he became the first to make it to level 32. It was amazing. Kill screens are not meant to be playable, but Joseph was doing it. He couldn't go for long, but he was legitimately clearing lines and even full levels.
This man was trying to speedrun Carpal Tunnel,
Upon reaching
and he
level
was succeeding.
30, the game's level counter appears bugged. Tetris's programmers did not expect anyone to make it here. Joseph was doing what was thought to be impossible. But as impressive as this was, it wasn't enough to get the score record. Joseph would still have to maximize his Tetrises earlier to really rack up the score. And not only that, but he wasn't the only one gunning for the world record. Harry Hong and Corian, two previous record holders in the category, were interested in trying as well. And so, it became a three-way race between Harry, Corian, and Joseph for the first 1.3 million score in NES Tetris. Harry was the first to strike. In August 2019,
I was going for it.
He got a new high score of 1.275 million. This was short of the 1.298 world record, but those who thought Tyler P was cheating considered this score the official world record. Still, it didn't reach 1.3 million. Harry would have needed one more Tetris before the kill screen to push him over the top. Instead, maybe Corian could get the 1.3. He was the more recent record holder, and his personal best remained at 1.273 million. Perhaps his hyper-tapping skills would be enough to get him there. In November, Corian had a great game going. He got a max out in level 25, then landed 7 Tetrises, pushing his score past 1.2 million. After getting another Tetris, Corion was in position to crush his PB and maybe get 1.3 million if he could just get one final Tetris. Corion got a massive long bar drought and couldn't get the last Tetris he needed. But of the three players, the one with the best chance at 1.3 million was Joseph. He'd already gotten 1.298 million on the Tyler account. He only needed a tiny improvement to get him there. Well, that December, Joseph found himself in nearly the exact same position as Corion, a max out in level 25 and needing one more Tetris for 1.3 million. This could be it, but the long bar had to come in time.
Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Joseph
Done it.
already had 1.3 million, but then he landed a Tetris on the kill screen. This move was only possible with good hyper tapping, not DAS. This gave him another 36,000 points and pushed him past 1.35 million. It was the first time anyone had ever gotten substantial points on the kill screen in a record, and it raised all sorts of questions. Was this move realistic to replicate? How many kill screen points could you get? And since he was past 1.35 million, could Joseph get the score record to 1.4 million? This score would have nearly sounded impossible just weeks earlier, but now there was a blueprint. We'd already seen Joseph get 1.3 million points going into the kill screen. If he could land a few Tetrises and get 100,000 points on the kill screen, that would be enough for 1.4 million. Joseph was the only player who could realistically do this, and a few months later when the pandemic hit, he decided to fully commit and make a push for the 1.4. This was going to be an intense grind. Joseph had to maximize points everywhere, both before and during the kill screen. For one thing, he decided to start on level 19 rather than 18.
Alright, I think I'm gonna save and leave that there, and then
But it also allowed him
switch
to rack
over
up
to
more points.
the Marvel
Potentially
Rivals.
30 to 40,000
Oh my,
more than
my
starting on
drawing
level 18. And Joseph
muscles
needed
have kinda
every point he could get.
burned
He couldn't
themselves
afford to
up a
burn
little bit.
lines. He had to nearly exclusively go for Tetrises to maximize points.
Well, we'll be back to this Tetris, to the Tetris history video. We'll be back to this. I want to know how deep of a dive we get into that, and that's like there's still like a hour or some change left on that one. Sure. Also, I remembered to open I remembered to open OBS in administrative mode so I can actually pull up Marvel Rivals and it'll actually load and it'll show the game. Hit the M again. Hit the M. the M key again on my thing. Yeah, I'm switching over to Marvel Rivals. Which I think this should work. I think it'll work. Gonna try some Marvel Rivals. Okay. So here, I'll mute the music for you. おかえりなさい。ご飯にする？お風呂にする？それでも、私？ I wonder if that's what it's like to be one of those like TikTok NPC dudes who like says all the stuff on the NPC thing. Yeah, actually, I prepared that one just in time because we're getting an ad break in like 45 seconds. So I'm adjusting my tablet, so that's why it sounds like some things are banging around here and there. I know it's all good, I promise. Also gonna be adjusting some things real quick, so don't mind me. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know why. Thank you for doing the ad, Jill. There, Kitty. Yeah, I don't know why the thing was being so wonky with the... I don't know. I don't know. I got it fixed, but I don't know why it was being wonky. Anyway, here we are. I can still paint more. I just don't stop painting. A little bit more and I get that Star-Lord skin. Of course we got new skins for Winter Soldier and Psylocke. She looks great. She looks fantastic. Really can't go wrong with her. And we got Doc Strange, we got them. Got a whole lot of banger outfits. Hey, these, honestly, a lot of these, they just don't miss. This one I need, this one I need. I can take or leave that one. We got the bombastic Batman. Oh, they brought back the incognito dolphin. That's good. The midnight features. This one I already completed, that's right. Midnight features. Yeah, midnight features ending soon. Yep. But I already got the rewards for that one, so I'm all good. Let's do some quick Little Red Riding Psylocke. Shit, I'm trying to have Psylocke riding anyway.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Okay, we've got triple meta support. Lovely. I'll go this one.
But it worked out for everybody.
Am I gonna finish that one? No, I'm good. No, I'm all set.
I never had kids, but I did have the Avengers. Same thing.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I know I eye armor up every day, kid. But what about you?
My dad invented this suit. I want to carry on what he started.
Yeah. I know all about living up to a father's legacy. It's not easy.
The right choices never are, but that doesn't mean we stop making them. The battle
Aww.
starts in 5.
I like the little interactions they have. This is nice. They're real sweet.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Powering up. Last minute miracle.
That one hurts.
Maximum pulse! Pulse cannons end arguments. Too sweet.
That's the. There we go.
I feel like I'm being watched.
Okay. Enemy target located. Lock on to this location.
Help get that vehicle to its destination. She cannot reach the side of the river. Now it's showtime. The spider totem like me can use a few extra hands now.
I don't think that's the welcoming committee. Enemy target located.
There we go.
Closer to saving the world.
That was a little embarrassing, honestly. No, Jeff, kill him, Jeff, kill. All right. Get him close, get him close. Yeah, there you go. Finish it off.
Everybody ready?
I like the cold.
Tremble before bath!
Oh fuck. No. Ooh.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Powering up.
Jeffrey! Jeff! Where are we at? Where are you at, Jeff? I need my healing. I need healing, Jeff. I need healing. Jeff, I need healing. Oh, fuck. Jeff's gone. I got somebody.
Armed and dangerous! Oh, I am.
Nope.
Fantastic!
Jeff, run! Jeff, run! Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Iron Man operational again. Powering up.
Fuck, where am I?
That put a spring in my step.
Always prevails. It's the grand finale.
Maximum pulse!
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, yo, Jeffrey! Oh, he ate them all. That's why. That's why.
I don't think that's the welcoming committee.
Keep going.
Got one in my sights.
Help! He's giving me back shots. Help!
Almost there. Don't turn back now. Double KO. Need some help.
I needed that. Look out below.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh, that's the stuff. I'm back.
Holy shit!
Again! operational again.
Get that vehicle moving again! We're closer, but we must hurry.
Put a spring in my step.
I am wounded. Only 60 seconds left.
Feeling good again.
Get that vehicle moving again! Here is the vehicle we must protect.
Maximum pulse!
Come on! Fucking hell! Alright. Not my great assault, honestly.
It's me, Squirrel Girl, in case you couldn't tell by the giant squirrel-like features. Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Oh my gosh! Okay. What? I just... Oh my god.
Then I guess it's up to us to be the change. Now you're They don't look friendly.
There's a bad decision come back to life.
Armed and dangerous!
Look, we need to
Where is it?
Only 60 seconds left.
Powering up.
Whoa, wait type shit? You gotta be kidding me.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
What?
Some assistance, please.
Penny!
I'm back.
Okay, Penny. No, that's cool. Thank you.
Tremble before
30 seconds. I'm wounded. I will help.
Extra shielding. Yes, please. Bombs away.
That is my promise. So close. This is your big chance. The final 10 seconds.
fantastic!
Disappear.
Maximum pulse!
You'll have to keep fighting until you have a winner. Double KO.
What? Jeff. Jeff. Jeff.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Now, I don't think Jeff was responsible for that loss, but I can't say they weren't uninvolved. I can't say they weren't not involved. I'll admit, I also had my fair share of fumbling in there. I wasn't awful, but, like, I wasn't, you know... I could have done more. I could have provided more. Maybe we could have done a little bit more, just saying. We could have done a little bit more, maybe. Is it PNG lag? I wouldn't imagine. Yeah, I really can't tell. I'll say I might just make it stationary though, I'm gonna be honest. For the sake of optimization, I might just make it stationary just for the hell of it. Oh wait, maybe it is. Maybe it is acting up. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but I guess it's having some trouble keeping up, but I mean, as far as I know, Rivals is picking up fine.
Could make all the difference.
I mean, between the PNG or Rivals, I'll definitely take the PNG.
I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon, I shine in darkness.
Okay. We'll try the triple sport arc. Can we get a tank? Never mind. I'll just kill myself. Or, you know.
It's easier being a superhero when you have the fame part figured out. He'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You're so heat. Oh my god. Oh, you are such a huge star to the Badoon.
I am? Amazing. I didn't think aliens listened to K-pop.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Rocket said that we could sell signed pics of you for like a fortune on Lo Tiara.
Hey, what's up?
Battle starts in 5, 4,
Is it looking better? Cause yeah, I'm kind of seeing it, but I don't know.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
I've seen some weird stuff in my day, but this time, Hullabaloo, cake. I am Groot. Oh, there goes one of them.
Oh my god. Oh.
Behind you, that one hurts. Candy needs help. Be strong together. I suck. I don't have to be center stage.
God, please. Okay. Okay, our DPSs are getting dove as opposed to the... Well, actually, no, even our healers, where were they?
Someone needs a snowball in the face. Glow up. I'm hit. That's a fighting strength. No getting up. I like the cold. I'm hurt.
Okay.
I'm hurt. I should be singing.
Widow swap? Yeah, no,
I've still got
seriously.
songs to sing. You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Nigga, are you serious?
Be strong together.
That's a bad job.
May more like us against the world.
Okay, I see what's happening now.
Co-op time. Someone needs a snowball in the face. Be your best self. They made it halfway! Stop them! I suck. That one hurts.
Great, I'm gonna... Okay.
Feeling good.
Let's take a look at our... Why do I have more kills than our DP? Alright, I see what's happening here. Oh, our DPS, did they get one? They're on the board, let's go.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Thanks. I feel like I'm being watched.
Back, guys.
Be your best self.
Jesus Christ.
Mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
I like the cold. Anything could hurt me. That's a good feeling. There's still a chance to stop them. Better stop that vehicle.
Needed that boost. That was a long...
I don't have to be sent to
We get...
Judge, jury, executioner!
I'm ready to put on a show. You stop them in their tracks.
Never bring Earth guns to a space gun fight, Frank. Needed that boost.
We've got other healers, right? Do we? Because I can't be the only...
Get ready. Here comes the strong together. A nice deep freeze. How you're frozen. I put you on ice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so... I'm gonna die. Fucking... Alright.
I'm making a comeback.
Full mutant us against the world.
I don't have to be center stage.
Hey, can I get some hits? Why am I like on par
I'm making a comeback.
DPS wise with our actual DPS? Hey, isn't that the whole reason you have that team up, so you can actually fucking, you know?
Needed that boost.
We're finding our find the exploding plasma. I should be singing lullabies. Thanks so much.
Much better.
You stop them in their tracks. That one hurts. See them be your best self.
Fantastic!
I am ready to put on a show.
Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
It's okay.
We're fine.
You need me.
We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
I am ready to put on a show.
Ow, 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 ow. Can I get? Thank you. Shut the fuck. Come on, please. And can we do something about the Namor, please? Can we do something about the Namor situation? The Namor situation is getting out of control. Please tell me that's ours. It's not ours.
If we can just hold on a little more. Blow up.
Here's how you shoot!
I like the cold.
Here they come!
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Fucking hell.
Target neutralized. making a comeback.
Okay, yeah, just, you know, just go ahead and...
Be strong together. Better stop that vehicle. It's now or never. Stop them.
Attack the hotspot.
Okay, why not?
See them? Right there.
Back to the bottom of the ocean with you.
Yeah, oh, great, my whole team's getting... Oh, great. Yeah, my whole team is just back there. No, that's cool. Jesus.
I've still got songs to sing. You got both cloak and dagger.
That topped me off.
Don't give them another inch, or else. Better stop that vehicle.
Or just... Or... That's awesome. I love how,
I'm back in the fight. Well, you can't expect to win them all.
was it me? Was I the issue? Maybe I was the issue. Maybe I was the issue. You know? GG, except what? Yeah, no, they were kind of not fantastic. Honestly, they weren't great. They weren't really phenomenal. Like I'm really trying my best here, but I can't. Let's take a look at it. Somehow I had the most assists. Somehow not only did I have more kills than them, also more assists. Also did top healing. Yeah. Maybe they're still learning. I don't know. Real quick. One, two. I knocked out the 10 real quick. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I did the 10 push-ups that you redeemed earlier.
Team to win this one.
But stop the fucking shit. Alright, people. Oh, this instant.
We are cloak and dagger. We are hope and fear. There's always a spark of light in darkness. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Fishman. Hulk hates stupid fishman.
Talk to
I
him.
assure you, Brute, the feeling is mutual.
Give Hulk one good reason not to toss you back into the ocean.
Because I would drag you down with me. Care to find out how long it takes for you to go from green to blue?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Doom is nothing.
Why do we have... Okay, no, this is a lineup. We have 2 tanks, 2
My time to shine.
Okay, okay, we are actually... We're going... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay.
You owe me one. You're halfway there. Keep going.
Right. Okay. I forgot. We have Namor, so if they try and dive us, we should be alright.
My time to shine. Glad to help. Almost there. Don't turn back now.
The mightiest hero.
My time to shine. Glad to help.
There we go. Yo, wait, this... Yo, wait, we kinda cracked with it. Hold on. We gotta go crazy with it. We gotta go nuts with it.
Keep up the momentum.
I don't know if these are bots or not, though. I really don't. I really don't know if they're bots. Apparently they could be. They could be bots. I don't know.
I like the cold.
Yeah, no, these might be bots. Jesus Christ!
Your powers are mine!
Time for my biggest hit. My time to shine.
Strong again.
You're halfway there. Keep going. A nice deep freeze. My time to shine. Woo! You go, girl.
Double support meta with 2 tanks and a solid DPS.
Glad to help. Get ready. Here comes the bad ones. Almost there. Don't turn back now. My time to shine.
Fear Magneto!
Us against the world.
Ah, shit. I didn't mean to do that.
Us against the world. Keep up the momentum.
Tremble before fast!
My time to shine.
Your powers are mine!
Yeah, yep. Okay. Okay, I didn't know if these are bots or not. I'm not certain they're not, but honestly the odds are better than you think.
Of course we'll help you.
You thought I'd let you win? That took the edge off, thanks.
My time to shine. You owe me one. That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way.
You're like, guards, get that guy. Spider-Man, kick that guy's ass.
My time to shine. So close. This is your big chance. My double KO. Us against the world.
Just walk it on in. Just walk it on in. Just Sir, please. Release me! Release me! Hey, look at that nice MVP. It's just that simple. Just hit one of those. Just give him one of those. What was the highlight even? What did I do? Yeah, just walk it on in. Just walk it on in. There you go. Just.
That took the edge off.
Let me get some sip. Yeah. Would have been a solid play overall. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ugh.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Now the question is, dare I try a rank game? Give it one shot. I'll give it a shot maybe. Oh my god. Why do we have 4 DPSs? What's going on?
We are hope and fear.
Why 4? What's going on, man? What is happening? Oh, hey, Marshy.
Light doesn't dispel darkness.
What? What is this? What is this? What is this match they put me in? What are they? Why did they do this? Okay, we're on defense.
I've been meaning to ask, how's Cyril?
Oh, tail deep in nuts. I don't let him do courier work anymore. How's Trudy?
She's coming along. We'll have the space-time continuum patched up before you know it.
The battle starts in 5.
I was about to lose my
4,
goddamn mind. But...
3,
Yeah, hey Marshy, how you doing?
1.
In a minute. Hope you're doing alright.
Securing the mission area. Whoa! Look at that brain! They should call it wow combat, if you ask me. Ooh, a touch of feeling. Thanks. I suck.
Help. Thank you.
My time to shine. Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
That put a spring in my step?
Hey, need some love over here.
I suck. Enemy tag.
Guys, yeah, that makes sense. No, that adds up. Yeah.
My time to shine.
Kuko's wrath. Koku's wrath. Kokua's wrath.
Lights out.
And our teammates are dying. Yep, there's our other healer. Fuck. Fuck.
I gotta admit, taking out stuff satisfying.
My time to shine.
No, fuck. I messed up. I messed up the move. I messed up my movement tech.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
I had the feeling our DPSs aren't gonna stop holding forward. Oh, okay. Game's not a fan of what I'm doing.
Magnetism can't handle. I was worried.
Lock onto this
Got it.
location.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
Armor's got a lock on a
You
boat.
get a web, and you get a web, and you get a web.
I like the cold. Stop them in their tracks.
Hey, need some love over here.
My time to shine.
Andy needs help.
Glad to help.
That put a spring in my step.
Lights out. Appreciate the boost. Us against the world. Us against the world. Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
I'm hurt. My time to shine. Life consumes me.
Help! Help me! Get in the bubble! Get in there! Get in there! Get in the motherfucking bubble! Get in the goddamn bubble! Get in the
My time to shine.
My
Get in the goddamn bubble! Get in the bubble! Get in the bubble! Get in the motherfucking bubble! Get in the goddamn bubble! Get in the goddamn bubble! Jesus! Jesus Christ! Get in the motherfucking bubble! Holy shit!
Hand sometimes. Over here. Or a dagger.
Lock onto this location.
Did they accuse you of griefering?
My time to shine. Thanks so much.
Us against the. Lights out.
Dagger's back.
Pure chaos!
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Okay.
I like the cold.
Alright, after that. Oh no. Oh no.
Stop that vehicle. Please, what hurt? My time to shine.
Jesus. I was in the spawn.
It's now
Had you being a snow bunny. No, no, it's not like that. No, you don't understand. I had to. All the healers I know how to play are white women.
Last minute miracle.
Until they put Shuri in the game. Make her Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shut. No. Stop stealing my flow. Word for word. Bar for bar. Dude, you're walling off the... Bro walled off the guy in need of heals.
Much to prove.
What's more, covered my line of sight, so I can't heal them because I can't see them.
Thanks so much.
Get in the goddamn bubble. Get in the 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 bubble. Get in the. Can I? Can I? Okay, I'm gonna take I'll take credit on that one. Also, oh my god, yeah, I think the game is not a fan of what I'm doing. Not no, that should be my MVP. They took it from me. Plus, if it helps any with the allegations, I do occasionally turn into a black man. Actually, that might not help with the allegations whatsoever at all. Okay, I got one more in me, and then I'm probably gonna raid out. But yeah, hey Kalulu, how you doing? Yeah, I'm getting some mad encoding errors.
They captured the mission area.
Why'd they throw me into this mid? Oh, right. I'm in the middle of a loss. Hold on.
People are always afraid of
Throw me in this bitch. Mid loss. And they've already captured. Alright, that's cool. Rooster Teeth lives again. Yeah, it's back. As beautiful as the day we lost them. They're back. Moon Knight, I need you to do the thing. I need you to kill something. I need. Please. Team. Okay, thank you. Yeah, better late than never, I guess. Fucking. Hate him. Shoot the Ankh. I hate him.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. My turn to shine.
Yay!
That's a bad job. Thanks. Back up under their nose.
The moon haunts you. Again.
What was that, dog? What was that?
They've almost got it. Shields up. That's not polite.
Get in here, y'all.
We are undefeatable.
Get on the point, touch point, touch point, touch it. Am I the only one? I think I was the only one touching point. Yep. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Take a look-see. Oh, our Moon Knight is 2 and 5. I see. Oh, I thought I was 2 and 3. My mistake. I'm actually 4 and 2. So the question is, why do I nearly have more kills than our Yeah, I can't do ranked. I'm gonna get toxic. I'm gonna get mad evil. I'm gonna get so fucking evil, actually. I'm gonna get fucking... I'll get despicable, honestly, if I do competitive now.
Either you're on my side or you're next in line to fall.
I don't know about the accuracy of that statement considering your 2-5 record, but hey, maybe I'm missing something.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
My mild to some. All right. Time to experience some mild to moderate severe back pains, because I have to carry this fucking team on my back. And there we go. And here we go. I can't help him. I can't help.
Enemy's got the block. Get him.
Hey, do you? Oh my god, bro, you are not the guy. No, please. Okay, good. Hey, maybe we wanna deal with them. Maybe we wanna deal with these healers. Maybe we wanna deal with those. 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 Maybe they wanna deal with those. Maybe we wanna deal with those. Yeah. Maybe we wanna deal with those. Yeah. God fucking damn.
Behold the god of thunder!
Oh gosh. Okay. I can maybe pull something, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Don't you put me out. Control lost. Feeling fantastic. Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger. Saw me coming. Your team's capture partner. Control lost. My time to shine. Yes. One down.
Holy shit, Moon Knight. Oh my god.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
One down. Lights out.
There we go. Yeah, I'm very ready for Invincible Season 3. I'm looking forward to it. No mid-season break. Got some really important fights going, comic-wise. Got some really big fights coming up. Looking forward to it.
Light in darkness.
Why do I have more kills than the DPS? Alright, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know if Moon Knight is really the move for this guy, but
Do you feel farther from Khonshu
fuck it.
now that all this has happened?
No, he's nearer than ever. Soon we will all see him.
Whoa, that sounded a little apocalyptic.
Lights out.
The battle starts in 5, my time to 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get it?
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I came all the way from Krakoa for this.
A little help,
Look
please.
at you showed up.
Shields up!
Get the fucking launch. Get the goddamn launch. I. Ah shit! It's snowing in the back line.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. They captured the mission area!
Forget about snow. It's flooding because I'm getting fucking dove out here. All right, whatever. Venom, get your Venom. If you don't get your fat ass back over here. Let's try this. Do you want to?
Behold the god of thunder haunts you!
Send a favor sometime. Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
Us against the world. I got what you need.
My time to shine. Feeling fantastic. Your team's catapult has passed the halfway point.
I can't help him. I can't help him. I can't help him. I'm trying my best, but I really can't. I'm gonna give it my best. What are you doing, dog? All right. Yeah, we're washed. This is it. We're fucking chat. Chat. Prep the fucking Alfredo because we are cooked. Not to mention, not only that, they are actively avoiding any and every onk on the fucking. Can we do something about the motherfucking onks? Okay, there we go. Oh, you got the onk. Holy shit. I never thought I'd see the day. What's he aiming at?
Sorry about your little honk, Spectre.
Feeling fantastic.
Lights out.
My time to shine.
Found my weakness.
I don't want you captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. My time to shine.
The moon haunts you!
Fuck, what are you aiming at? What are you aiming at? Oh no.
Control lost.
God, I didn't have my ult ready. I don't know if we can take it in overtime. Maybe. No, it's over. That wasn't our. Yeah. Yep. Kitty, what the fuck is that? What the fuck emote is that? I love how I had three DPSs just staring the onk in the face and decided, yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. That won't help us. That won't come back to bite us. What does this say? What the fuck emote is this? I don't know if that is a real ass emote, but what did they do? What's their highlight? Let's peep. Let's peep game, right? They probably got it off of that fucking series of Kraken Royales they got. Yeah, they got it off the alt. What's this?
That's what I need.
Okay, one.
You're armed and dinged again! And stay down.
They managed to get one. Yes. Okay.
Nothing personal. Again! Again!
Yep.
Again!
Ah, he missed it. Alright. Nearly almost had something there. Play of the game, ass. Play of the game, fucking thing. I got more kills than 2 of our DPSs. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. My fucking moderate to mild severe back pains. Alright. I can't go out on a loss. I gotta get at least one. I gotta get one in. Need one dub. Just one. Don't worry about it? Okay. You got me fucking... Nah, cause how you gonna come in here, sus as all hell,
Heroes could make all the difference.
and have the audacity to tell me not to worry about it? How could you? How dare you? Let's wrap this thing up, shall we? Let's see. Will our teammates A, run away from the bubble, B, get behind a wall so I can't heal them, C, dive with absolutely no backup whatsoever, or D, actually have the competence of something higher than a grapefruit? Okay, we've got a solid stack.
Spell darkness.
We got a solid team stack.
And face it. They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Lights out.
Peter? Nah, is it really you? I haven't seen you in ages.
Wait, have we met? You sure you've got the right Spidey?
Maybe not. It is a big multiverse after all.
Oh no. I think
The battle starts in 5.
I have options A, B, C, and D.
2, 1.
Pretty sure those are bad guys. Put some pep in my step. Oh,
Somebody tell me this isn't some kid's birthday party again.
You need to stop that vehicle.
You fucking dickhead.
My time to shine. Thanks.
Thank you, Groot. Thank you, Groot. Yes. You know what you did. You know what you did.
Don't you put me out.
Okay. We are off to a fucking incredible start. Our tank has made it a habit to dive head first. How are you gonna play dive tank as Groot? Ow. How do you do this? How do you try? Get in the goddamn bubble. Get in the bubble. Get in the bubble.
Lights out.
Better stop that vehicle.
I can't heal you. I cannot heal you. I can't. I'm gonna die here.
My time to shine. Better stop that vehicle. Feeling good.
Oh yeah, no, that's the way to do it. Yeah, God forbid. Where's the team?
My time to shine. Glad to help.
Lights out.
You next.
I require some aid.
Hell unleashed!
Where is the rest of the team? Where are they? Iron Man did at least.
My time to shine. There's still a chance to stop them. The perfect hex. Ah!
Oh, thank. Hey, she got one. Let's go.
Glad to help.
This is real firepower!
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Guys, get in the bubble. 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 Get in the bubble.
I become vulnerable.
Remember me?
Get in the goddamn bubble. Get in the motherfucking bubble, bitch. Put bubble down. They actively leave the bubble.
Much to prove.
Thank God Spider-Man was there to save the bitch, I know you're not. Get out of the fucking way! Get out of the way!
My time to shine. You know what to do,
I tried to. I actively tried to make sure that they.
Let's get into some good now or never. Stop them.
Now, why would they stay in the area that passively heals them? Oh my God, I can't, I tried to save them. I don't know why. I don't know why I tried to look out for anyone other than myself. I don't know why I looked out for them.
Double KO. Still here. Don't you put me out. Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Can't keep going out like this. Let me just, here. I can't keep going out like this. Dude, if your Iron Man wants to stare directly into a hella, I'll let them. Yeah, that was on me. Oh, I get it. Look at this. Xbox, 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 Xbox. I'm seeing the pattern here, and I don't like it. That actually explains several thousand things. They all... Oh, no. Yeah, because I noticed how the Groot, like, hopped off of Groot to be a DPS. I can't tell which one they were. It was either Scarlet Witch or Punisher. But that says... It says just about everything. It explains so much all at once. Oh, man.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear. and I create equilibrium.
Alright,
When it gets disturbed... We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
This conflict is growing more dire with every new challenge that we face.
I bet you're wishing you just stayed in that cocoon of yours, huh, Adam?
I've never been one to hide from matters of great cosmic importance, Peter Quill.
Oh, well, if you're not planning to use it, could I grab a quick nap? Saving the universe.
The battle starts in 5, 4...
As an Xbox player, I did nothing wrong. Hey, if the shoe fits, they say a struck dog will holler.
Get ready.
I require some aid. No more spiders to worry about.
My time to shine. I'll get you next time.
Lights out. Help him from the shadows. Robot spiders everywhere.
My time to shine. Just embrace the light.
That's the stuff.
Us against the world. You owe me one. My time to shine.
Cosmic might return.
God, I'm starting to think. I'm almost convinced these are bots. I'm almost convinced. I'm actually almost convinced these are bots. I'm almost convinced this is a bot game. I'm almost convinced this is a bot game. I'm actually almost convinced this is a bot game.
All these spiders can't be given. My life force is exposed.
See, Kitty, little do you know, I'm actually playing on PC. And since I'm playing on PC, that means I'm better than you. What a lot of people don't know is since I'm playing on PC, that makes me better than you. And therefore... Okay, Venom's down. The super popular game also there's a bunch of children playing. Yeah, that too. I just don't get why the children always end up on my team. Like, this is an 18+ stream. I specifically made it so that there's no children allowed. Get out! If you don't have a credit score and a 401k, get the fuck out of my stream! Get the fuck out of my game!
Everybody needs a hand sometime. My time to shine. Peter Quill, unstoppable force.
Lights out.
He stopped them in their tracks. I'm wounded.
Oh, you better be talking about the fucking. You better be talking about the credit score part of it, and not the being under 18+. Because I swear to God, both. We'll have you out of here so quick. It's in the 401k. Oh, okay. Okay, that I can give you a pass on. Because to be fair, I don't know how a 401k works either. I just know I'm probably supposed to have one. I don't have one, but, or at least, I don't think I do.
I'll get you next time.
Rise, my friend.
Shake it up. We are undefeatable.
That's the bed sheet.
I feel better already. My life force is exposed.
The final 10 seconds! Friends, gather around!
Damn. I'm an adult, just not adulting very well. Yeah, I suppose we're all in that boat, huh?
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
So is our healer okay? Yeah, other healer's fine. Yeah, I think we win now.
There's still a chance to stop them. It's fight!
I will make sure of it.
Spider what? What time is it?
Lights out.
My time to shine.
God, I really hope they weren't bots. All right, I'll end it on that note. Alright, there we go. Let me find somebody to raid out to. We are gonna raid out to... actually, we got some options here. We got options. Who are they? Do I know this? Alright, I'm gonna raid out to the homie Malachi Lasley. Let me get the raid messages going. Alright. If you are subscribed, you're gonna copy and paste that little wall of text right there. I promise it'll work for you. It just kind of looks like that because Stream Elements isn't subscribed to me. I know, weird, right? And if you aren't subbed, just copy and paste that one right down below it. We're gonna raid out to Malachi Lasley. Actually, let me see. Yeah, he's still going. He's still going. I muted as soon as I typed the capital M in his name. But yeah. I'm probably going to be playing the Monster Hunter Wilds beta coming out this weekend. Until next time, be safe, be easy, drink plenty of water. I'll catch y'all next time I'm live. Bye.